Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine.
In for early. Brought to you live from America.
Kind of meh.
Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Under if you have 6 or 7.
Good morning. Happy Thursday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show ahead. We'll have Mike Schaefer in the 7 o'clock hour with us for a segment or two.
A segment or two?
Yeah, it's Cool Parenting Tips Thursday for Bill's Thrills later on today.
Nice.
Bill, where's your headphones at?
Okay.
I don't have any headphones.
Try these ones here. I'm not sure.
Oh, here, I got yours.
Yeah,
Crying out loud. We're stealing head for the show. That's all.
All right, up to
Up to a rousing
just playing
start.
off this ground.
Yes, we're off the ground now. Sip told me this morning there's a World Cup action starting.
Women's.
Women's World Cup.
Yeah.
We did not know that before the show. Maybe Bill did, but you and I did not know that.
No. FIFA World Cup.
Yep.
Is going on, starting now.
Will you watch any of that? Be honest. Come on. Be truthful.
Oh, I
it's
will.
fine.
I
Be
will.
truthful.
I will. At 100%. I can remember where I was. I was in Minnesota when they hit the in the Coliseum when they hit the penalty shot to win it. Remember that? You don't remember
Like
that?
in 1999.
I think it was about somewhere about
2000, yeah.
somewhere right there. Yes.
97. Maybe.
Who was
Yes.
that? Brandy Chastain?
Chastain. Mia Hamm was on that team. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mia Hamm.
So I remember watching that, and I remember being in when I was coaching at State. I remember watching it that summer. So I get into it when it's USA playing in any World Cup. I'm watching.
What time of year was that?
That was in the summer because that
Okay.
same weekend is when JFK Jr. died in the plane wreck.
So you weren't getting ready for Utah at that time.
So, no, you know where I think I was. I think I was at Go State.
Oh, New Mexico State.
Your time in the desert.
The time in the desert. I think that's where I was at, the home of Jerry Kill.
Dog years.
Yes,
The dog years in New Mexico State.
Yes.
If you are curious, by the way, before idle chit chat, there is a live event going on right now in the world of sports. Not the World Cup. You want your golf update?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Someone named Christo Lamprecht that I've never heard of
The British Open.
leads the we don't call it the Open Championship on this show. We call it what it's supposed to be, the British Open.
Okay.
Christo Lamprecht from from South Africa, leads at 4 under par against an old man, Stuart Sink, who's 50 years old.
Then what are we?
Well, he's old for golf standards.
Yeah.
He's on the Champions Tour. That's the old man tour.
You're right.
Bernard Langer leads the Champions Tour.
He won the Senior Open at 65 years old.
65 years old. He's won the most. He's won 48 championships on the Senior Tour.
Geez, Langer's 65.
Yeah,
Bernard Langer.
he's still
65.
a problem.
He's 65, and he just rolled over a bunch of 50-year-olds.
He won by like 5 or 6 strokes.
Yeah.
I mean, he dominated the U.S. Senior Open a couple weeks ago.
Well,
If you want some other guys, Scotty Scheffler, no surprise, 2 under par through 7.
top-ranked player in the world.
Patrick Cantlay, 1 under par. Adam Scott, 1 under. Tommy Fleetwood. These are all guys who are on their front 9. But that's
what's
your
the
update.
weather, Jake?
The weather. Thank you for asking, Bill. I don't have a report on that.
I got it.
No, the weather in Britain, at the U.S. Open. That's on the British Open. I can tell you it's at Royal Liverpool Golf Course in Hoylake. That's where it's at.
I'm sorry.
Royal Liverpool.
How do you spell Hoylake?
Hoylake, as you might assume when you hear Hoy Lake. Hoy Lake is the place of that.
61 degrees,
Any rain?
partly cloudy.
Okay, it's not terrible. You can take that.
But when you watch, anytime that I watch the British Open, I want to see sideways rain. I do. I want to see the weather.
It is great when it's just
I want to
ridiculous
see it where
out
it's
there.
just sideways rain.
Or 50-mile-per-hour winds, right?
Yes.
Usually it's windy over there in some capacity.
Yes.
And war.
So there's your early British Open, and we will refer to it as the British Open on
Is
the
that
show.
okay? Is there some
we
sort
don't
of controversy that?
yes, because we met a couple days ago that a few years ago, for some reason,
they changed it to
they
the Open.
changed the British Open to the Open Championship. I don't know why, but they did. But we call it the British Open. That's
68 here.
Thank you,
68
Sip.
here. It's
We got a little rain yesterday. Drought's over.
Drought
rains
is
every day.
Every day.
All it does is rain here.
We're in a rainforest.
605, 68, clear with periodic clouds is what we're.
And I know people have the automatic sprinklers. But the yards around Lincoln looking.
Yeah, they do.
And
Mine does.
that's the one thing I like when I get a little exercise. I always get a little bonus exercise in the evening, and just hearing the mowers humming in the
Are you
distance.
doing two-a-days right now?
I'm doing some
Are you
two-a-days.
training for like a
That's
fight or something?
Once you touch.
No, I'm not. God,
Well, you did it one time.
touch the peak. Is that what
Jeez,
I'm going
the
with?
biceps
then?
peak.
Biceps.
Biceps.
That got
peak.
awkward. Jake,
Shame and eat,
yeah,
Jake.
yeah.
We showed you the guns. All right,
Lifted.
time for
Yeah.
You didn't
actual
have to like
time for
verbalize it.
actual idle chit chat.
Their sports are great,
Generally speaking.
but the random conversations are even better.
I don't know if that you want to talk about that on the radio.
Hey, you just did.
You just did. I mean, we're not just talking amongst ourselves.
I don't for idle chit chat on Early Break by Newton's Lawn Care.
Made a trip to Omaha yesterday.
Yes.
I told Bill before the show that I tell my uncle, who is a holder of the Omaha Storm Chasers.
Uncle what?
Uncle John.
Uncle John.
He lives in Gretna, which is a very close to Werner
Is he
Park.
by the Hy-Vee?
He's not by the Hy-Vee.
Has he
I
been to
still-
the Hy-Vee?
You know, I regret I didn't go by it yesterday. I drove back to his house to get Elizabeth back to her car so she could drive back to Lincoln because she was in
How
Lincoln. I
close
was
is
in
he to the
Omaha.
pool?
I don't know.
The pool is visible from the main road.
I do not know
How close
to the
is he to from the ball diamond? It's on the main road.
Don't know.
Don't know.
Don't
I'd
know.
like to get a drone photo of Gretna and just kind of see where
I would
Uncle
say he's
John's
about
at.
10 minutes away from Werner Park. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
10 minutes away from Werner Park. Anyways, I went to my I go to one game a year. Went yesterday, went last night.
How was it?
Yeah, they lost like 7-2.
How was the crowd?
I was 30% full, 40% maybe at the best.
Ooh, so look, are
That's
they
about
not
what you're
playing well?
expecting, though. That's,
Yeah, you're not getting full crowds
you're
at
not getting
AAA
full crowd.
baseball.
Unless there's fireworks or
or
something
if,
else.
or if they have a big prospect about to go to the majors, or who's coming down on a rehab assignment, they didn't have
Yeah.
either of that. They don't have
Alex Gordon wasn't there.
no Alex Gordon, nobody on the way up, nobody on the way down. So kind of a ho hum lineup, I would say, for the State Chasers. But I'm always that's a beautiful ballpark. Like Werner Park is a really really nice AAA ballpark.
Yes.
So it's hard. You don't always get those looking, the new ones that look are just like that. But it's very very nice.
It's
I'm
nicer than
impressed.
Bull Durham. The stadium in Bull Durham.
I would say yes.
Okay.
Now I always like Haymarket Park. That's for Salt Dogs is much level than the AAA baseball, but Werner Park is very nice.
I'm sorry if you said this. Who won the game?
The St. Paul Saints.
St. Paul.
When I-
Saints.
we
They're
left-
real though. They're
we
real.
left like in the 8th inning. It was 7-2 St. Paul. I assume they won the game.
Young team with a lot
You
of
couldn't
speed.
get out of there fast enough, could you?
You
7-2.
got to get back. The morning show comes early.
Yeah,
It was like
yes.
9:45 when I left.
You didn't want to
so-
grind that out. See if we can get 5 in the bottom of the ninth.
I don't really follow the team.
The worst would be if they got
Royals.
5 and they went to extra innings.
I
That'd be
missed
even
it.
worse.
Like they sucked all game
What'd you
long.
have?
And
What'd you eat?
2 brats
Jeez.
and and a beer.
2 brats.
They have 2 options there if you want beer. It's 16 ounces or 32 ounces. What do you think I went with?
32.
That's correct.
That's correct.
But I drank it early.
Or the
Two-
brats.
Oh, the brats were awesome.
Did you get them side by side? Hey, give me 2.
No, I got one, and then I said I want another one later on. I said
Yes.
I'm still full. I'm still hungry. I need some more brats. I like that because sometimes you get too much bread on the brat. Like I don't need all the bread. It was attached to it. It was
Yeah.
like sunken.
I like
into
that.
It.
Oh, I like that.
So
I
it's
like
basically
that.
The
all
best thing
one
with the
thing.
hot dog or a brat, especially a hot dog, though, is when you get a good hot dog and you squeeze it. And you just squeeze it just like that. Especially if
I
it's still in the
squeeze it.
foil. If it's in the foil.
Know that.
Yeah.
Why do you squeeze it?
I don't know. It just makes it
Get
it's
the
more of
juice
a
out.
it's more of a compact. No, I'm not squeezing
Oh,
juice. No,
okay.
just kind of compacts the whole thing.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, absolutely.
The only thing I did, I thought of you guys. I hesitate to bring this up. It's not that big a deal. You drop hot dogs when you're grilling on the pavement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Happens all the
It
time.
rolled. I still.
If it rolled,
it
I'm
did
gonna
a
have
full
concern.
roll. It
Yeah,
did a
if it
full
rolled.
roll.
I
Nobody
mean,
saw it though.
especially for a hot dog. It's like that's like 30 cents. You
Yeah.
can get you drop.
Oh
a
no,
steak
no,
or
I
something.
shouldn't say hot dog. It was a brat.
Okay.
So that was 60 cents.
That's 60 cents. A bit more. Not anymore. That's by $4.
Yeah,
It's $4.
$7 brat.
Yeah.
Wes's mustache says the Chasers probably draws more of a crowd than the Royals in Kansas City. Here's an update: the Royals are 41 games below 500.
41 below 500. How many games are they out?
This
Yeah.
is amazing. This is amazing. You guys are not going to believe this. They are in a horrible division. I'm talking horrible.
Horrible.
The leader in the AL
Yeah.
Central.
Yes, we'd like to know.
The record that they have is the Twins.
Okay.
The Twins are 50-47. They are 3 games
Oh,
above 500, leading
leading.
the Central. For
That's
to
that's
compare, the last place team in the AL East is also 50-47.
Yeah.
The Yankees have the same record
Yeah.
in the cellar
Oh,
of
they're
the
in
East
cellar.
as the top
Yeah.
of the Central. So the division's horrible.
Where are the Indians in this?
The
race?
Guardians, Indians
Yeah.
are 2.5 games back at 47 and 49, second place. So we've established they're in a horrible division.
So how many games are the Royals out? How can they make a comeback to can they get in this?
The
thing?
Royals, despite being in a horrible division, are still 22 games back.
So if they get
of
on a
first.
heater, they got a chance.
No, they don't.
No,
They do. They have a chance.
41.
Mathematically, they are not eliminated.
They
no,
are.
there's no X by
they
the way.
are,
There's no X.
They are.
Let us
20
know when the X is going to go up.
Yeah,
The X
I'll
goes
let you
up.
know. They are 28-69 is the record.
Yeah.
41 under.
41 games. This is the sad. Here's one more sad stat. We'll move on from the Royals.
That's fine.
Even the A's have the worst record in baseball. We all know they're just tanking. They're trying to move to Vegas. Everything's terrible. However, the A's had a long winning streak. They had like a 7 or 8 game win streak. The Royals,
What's the longest win streak?
2.
2.
The Royals have not had a 3-game win streak this entire season. We're almost at 100 games. They have not had a 3-game win streak one time, and they've had very few 2-game win streaks. I'm talking very like
Well,
maybe
obviously.
3.
Yeah, that's bad.
They're
The one
horrible.
cool thing about baseball right now is the Orioles are good.
They are.
I like it when the Orioles are good.
the Orioles just tied the Rays on top of the AL East.
Yeah, they're
Ooh.
good. They're young and
We're
fast.
a Rays team here.
We are. The
Are
Rays.
We started with them.
That's
Yeah, they
right.
won like 13 in a row.
Is
to
that this
start.
year?
Yeah, this year.
The Orioles are 58-37, and the Rays are 60-39 on a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah.
By the way, your Rays are.
Man,
Get a
they've
little-
played
get a little
100.
soft.
Little
over
soft.
there.
We're at 100 games.
Right about 100 games.
Yeah, we're at a hundo.
Yep.
62 to go though, right?
I tell you what would pack the place over there at is it Warner Field? Is
Warner,
it
yeah.
Warner Park,
W.E.
whatever?
Werner.
Would be. Let's just say they're playing the St. Louis. The Saints from
St. Paul.
St. Paul, but they played the 1983 Royals, and it was George Brett, Willie Wilson, all those guys
Like
came
John
back.
Mayberry.
Like right now, John Mayberry,
60-year-old George Brett.
split off was it?
Cookie Rojas.
Yes, all those guys.
Fred Patek.
They all came back and played.
Yeah.
I'd go.
I'd see it.
I'd see it right now at
Yeah.
their age, right now.
Couple of torn hamstrings happening
Right
up
now.
there.
Yeah, I
Right
bet.
now.
Yeah,
Some
I
bum shoulders.
I'd do that too.
Yeah, I'd pay to see Celtics.
Brett would
Lakers.
probably go 3 for 4.
Yeah.
Probably home run.
yeah.
He would go 3 for 4.
I'd pay right now to see the Celtics Lakers play again.
Oh, gosh.
Magic Bird
Yeah,
in their 60s.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
it'd be awesome.
It'd be a great.
Bird be talking trash,
Can you imagine?
hitting threes.
He would be.
Yeah. Yeah, DJ D and locking up guys.
You got a good idea here. Let's make it happen.
Dennis
I
Johnson.
don't think Dennis is still with us.
Let's have
Wait a second, he's not.
I don't think Dennis is with us.
let's
Okay,
have
that's
the
my
current
bad.
team
Yeah.
play. Yeah, the 1983 Royals is called 85 Royals. We'll
85
call it
Royals.
good. We'll
That
call
would
it
be
good.
incredible, wouldn't it?
85 Royals.
How much would you love to see that? That would be incredible.
Daryl Porter,
Daryl-
catcher.
Was Saberhagen then?
Saberhagen
yeah,
was
Saberhagen.
definitely on that team. I mean, if he's
Clifton
not,
Berry,
yes. Oh,
I don't know about
Saberhagen
that
was
one.
on that team. Absolutely.
I can't remember the pitchers as well. Leonard.
Dennis Leonard. There you
Dennis
go.
Leonard was on
Got
that.
one. Yeah,
I
very
can't
nice.
remember the pitchers as well. as
George Brett would go 3 for 4.
He'd still beat
He
the
would.
young guys because they were good. And this team is horrible. The whole organization is just disastrous
What's,
right now.
What?
The Royals, from top to bottom, it's
Well,
a
don't say that
disaster.
about Omaha. You were just there yesterday.
Well, they're not very good.
they're
That's
not.
the fact. I mean, if you talk to a Chasers fan, they'd say it's not a very good team this year.
But the experience is good.
The ballpark is wonderful. The food was good. The beer was good.
Uh-huh.
Was there a deal? Was it like 2 for 1 bratwurst? Was
You know
there-
what?
What was the price of a 32
Yeah,
ounce
what
beer?
did you drop?
I think it was about $12 for the beer.
Was it?
It was 32 ounces. That's
That's
solid.
not bad. Yeah.
Now they used to have about like 4 years ago. They had. I'm not joking. They had 5-cent hot dog night.
Really?
I had 6 one time for 30 cents. I gave like a $2 tip. It was like $2.
Why am I not
2.30.
surprised by
Not
that?
surprised by
It was
that.
awesome. I wanted a 7th, but I chose not to. But now they're like $1. It's $1. Still pretty good.
Still a great
I mean,
deal.
they way up the price a ton, inflation, but still $1 hot dog. That's nothing. I got 4.
No, it's
you get
not.
4 of them.
That's
I
a
had 2
good deal.
brats last night though.
That's a good. That sounds fun.
See, I would much rather pay more. I would pay more if I was going to drink whatever. Say I was going to drink 40 ounces of beer. I want 4 10-ounce ones. I don't want a 40-ounce beer.
Right.
It gets warm. It gets.
That's probably a good take, Bill.
that would
Yeah,
be-
we drink.
I know. I did not
Yeah.
chug. I mean,
Yeah.
it took several innings to finish
Yeah.
this beer.
And so by the time I no, I would never the 30.
Draft beer.
Yeah.
Draft beer.
I just want. I'm kind of like Bill. I want 12 ounce.
I don't hate
Yeah.
that take. I don't hate
Yeah.
that. Make it fresh. Make it
I had a
as cold
Corona
as
last
possible.
night. One of the $11 pack. I'm
I
down,
was,
yeah.
I was in a,
I'm down to
have
4
one.
now.
I was
I'm
in a
down to
quick
4.
shop yesterday. And I went and looked. I did.
11
Was he
something.
right in the
It
price?
was 11 something.
Yeah.
I think it was. And then I believe,
11 right at 12.
yeah. And I think there was whatever the pack was, the Modelo was even more expensive.
Oh,
That
for
makes
God's
sense.
sake.
Modelo was more
Top beer in the
expensive.
world right now.
Yeah.
Modelo.
That's
Number one
interesting.
beer in the world.
That's interesting.
somehow.
Yeah.
I like
Hey,
the Corona better.
Hey, Jake and,
Yes.
and Steve Sipple, how would you like to be the commissioner of the ACC right now?
Hmm.
Jim Phillips.
Hmm.
Because he's named in all the lawsuits
Oh,
too
God.
at Northwestern.
Yeah, he was from North. That's right. He was at
Oh yeah,
Northwestern.
he was
He's
there.
in a great spot.
He was
right
their
now.
AD forever. He is named in all the lawsuits. Did anyone watch that press
I
conference?
want to hear about it.
on
Please
the Big
tell.
Ten.
What do you got, Bill?
I watched it yesterday.
Fill
The
us in.
Big Ten press conference with at Northwestern.
So this was on BTN.
on BTN is where I watched it. I'm sure it was on national. All
And
over.
this was a law firm that put on
that put it on, and it also had the difference in it was, like I said, there was no unnamed people. They named names. The people got up and spoke. When I say the people, that would be the victims. Got up and spoke about the culture, about everything that went on at Northwestern. They didn't go in. They did not go into
total
great detail, but they did talk about that was the Northwestern way.
Mm.
And also in the article that I read, an article, and I was telling Steve Sipple about this, also went into softball and women's volleyball and the baseball.
The
teams.
hazing.
The hazing went into 4 sports at this time, and also was quote to be the Northwestern way.
Mm.
And so
It's not
it's
the way he
just,
wants
it is just
Here, I'll give you a
beyond.
name. I'll give you a name. Warren Miles Long, a running back on Northwestern's football team, starting in 2013. Now, this is hardcore. This is what got me in.
Yeah.
This is what got my attention. Warren Miles Long said players were put into a culture, ready for this, where sexual violence and hazing were rampant. Rampant.
He was a starter, right? Is that what you said?
I don't know if he's
I
a
don't remember
starter.
that
I
name.
remember
He must
the
be a
name.
Warren
back. I
Miles
think he was a
Long.
back.
They had a quarterback that also that spoke.
Rampant. What was going on there?
So there's no, like Steve brought up, there is no allege anymore. That doesn't come up. There is no allege.
Allege is off the table.
Is off. Now it's who, and then also in the, I can't remember now. I crossed paths here. I think it was in the article
Hello.
that where they said that maybe it was in the interview or in the press conference that they state that it would have been basically impossible for the coaching staff not
I
to
got
know.
that. So this is from Lloyd Yates, is the
Yeah, the
quarterback from
yes.
2015 to 2017, a backup. It was
Yeah.
not a starter there. He says, quote, I find it hard to believe that coaches were not aware of what was taking place. A lot of coaches took part in it in many different manners, and the explicit behavior was so explicit. It was loud. It took place in close proximity to where a lot of the staff trainers were located. It's kind of hard to take a blind eye.
Okay,
That's
this is
from
where
Lloyd Yates.
this is where we should invoke Fitz's representation, Dan Webb. And Bill alluded to this. He's the attorney for Fitz. He said in a statement that the allegations made Wednesday were broad-based and imprecise, and that no facts or evidence show that Fitzgerald had any knowledge whatsoever of hazing within the program. Webb said they'd move forward to dismiss the civil suits filed against the coach. That's what you do. That's
that's just standard
vigorous defense.
Yes.
It's vigorous defense. I just don't. But that defense of Fitzgerald had no knowledge whatsoever is damning. To
Yeah,
me.
it doesn't look good.
No, it's not. That's what
The
that's what you're
interesting-
trying to
It
stand
doesn't
on.
look good.
The interesting part is going to be when it goes back to if there is someone, hopefully, obviously being all truthful, comes back and says, that's not true. I went to him in 2019 as a player, and I told the head coach that this happened.
Deny.
Deny.
That's
So
what Fitz will do.
That's,
Deny.
I don't know if that's happening. I'm saying that's what you wonder.
He's more from Lloyd Yates, the backup, the quarterback. He says, it's not easy for us to come forward. A lot of this stuff is embarrassing. It's painful. We know that we're making ourselves targets for criticism, but we feel strongly that we must do our part to make sure that this type of behavior is not just at Northwestern, but throughout college sports. We're here to support and validate the accusations of the current Northwesterners regarding the true abusive nature of hazing. Lloyd Yates.
Michael Schill, the president, on Tuesday announced that Northwestern would launch 2 new external investigations into the culture of the athletic program. It's
And
not-
there also was
we're in a bad
it was
situation.
mentioned also that even though Northwestern is private, I believe it's Schill was the one who
Michael
announced
Schill.
that the results would be made public
Boy.
from the review that they're going to have done. So it's just like I said. So also, like I said, so just think about this: you're in the ACC, and all of a sudden you're into this now.
Jim Phillips.
All of a sudden he's involved. And just think about it, this goes back to every trainer, strength staff, everyone during the window of time. It really goes back to, does it even go beyond Fitz? Is this something that went from him when he was coaching? Does this go back, when they trace some of this stuff back? And the people they'll talk to. And the one thing that's going to happen is that this will, in my opinion, this would be great for you to ask your brother. So it never goes to trial.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because can you imagine everybody coming up one by one and raising their hand? Then all of a sudden Fitz has to get up there on the stand, or Northwestern has to get up there on the stand and say all these things out loud. And it would be, because they'll have 400 something people that they could bring to the stand on their witness to be like, okay, here's our list.
Yeah.
And it will be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people.
No, I don't think this is a trial situation.
But I don't know enough about I don't. But it's going to be, like I said, remember we said it's going to be every day?
It has been
It's
every day. It's seriously been
And every-
something every day.
And every day it's been more alarming. It's
it's getting more
yeah. Especially when they talk about it's
rampant.
So
The word rampant.
Yeah.
So we
Oof.
talked about, myself, Steve Sipple discussed last night, prepping for the show.
Prep,
So
show
what
prep.
we do, show prep. You were watching The Wire, I think, when I
It's
called.
good prep right there.
Yeah,
I was watching John Wick.
yeah, John Wick. This
Hey,
was
smart.
2.
Even better.
John Wick 2.
Even better.
Yeah, John Wick 2.
Even better.
So what we're discussing was, let's just say that you're Collins, the basketball coach.
Doug.
No,
No.
that'd be his dad,
Chris
Chris
Collins.
Doug.
The
Sorry.
Doug Collins,
basketball coach.
Doug Collins was on that team in '72 that got the gold medal stole from in the Olympics. He was on that team. Do you know that?
Surprising
That's good
sports
stats.
knowledge.
Good stats
Yes.
right there. Good
Okay, I'm
facts.
sorry.
So
Chris.
let's just say that you're like, okay, my team doesn't exist in men's basketball. You're still in the crosshairs. You're still sitting there
Pretty
like,
much.
what do I do?
That's where
We just went to the NCAA tournament,
Won a game.
won a game,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I've got to deal with this.
that's where I'd be
And
pissed at Fitz.
I'd be
I'd be really pissed at Fitz.
yeah.
Like you destroyed the athletic
Mm.
program.
He did.
Thank
Because
you.
you're not coming out of that from another program either.
Thank you.
The basketball, they just took a hit. Everyone took a hit.
In a
Everyone
time
took
they
it.
should be happy and celebrating and moving forward. Yeah.
Guilt by association.
Seriously.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Women's softball won the Big Ten.
Very
they?
good. Very good
They
program.
won the Big
And,
Ten.
and they're named in this. That there was
They
also
were
abuse
named.
in softball. And I say there was victims in softball. They were the Big Ten champions in softball. So right now, just even the like I said, like the brand new Big Ten commissioners, like, really? So I got to deal with right now
100%.
with all these things going on.
And,
So,
and oh, by the way, they fired the baseball coach for abuse
Yes.
and just abusive behavior
Right.
toward players.
Yeah.
Jim Foster.
and he was hired by the new AD. So that
Derek
always
Gregg.
makes it a little bit interesting. So
It is. The whole thing is, I don't know. It's going to take them a while to pull out of this, I think. Watch them win their first 4 games.
Come on. Somehow start off 4-0. Carnage all around them. No, we're 4-0.
they're in the Big Ten
Teams are 4-0.
championship game.
If Fitz is in the press box,
I
I don't think so.
don't think so.
Gosh.
don't think so.
So yeah, ugly situation continues at Northwestern, and you're right, Bill. Is this news every day for 2 months going forward? Like how, every day?
If you go back to something, I would use the word
Many
similar,
days.
but it had to do with situation of the player that's suspended. Just think when Deshaun Watson, it was almost
Yeah, it
every
was a
3
lot.
days.
Yeah.
It went from 1 to 40. It went from, and it was like, no, got another one,
Mhm.
another one.
That would be a
And still, he's somehow
Yeah.
back on his feet.
Yeah.
And
And I would imagine people are actually probably reaching out to other. Can you imagine the conversations, the text threads that are going on right now from the Northwestern, from the 2000, let's say it's 2011 to 2015. Imagine the conversations that are going on amongst players. Then there's some guys that are terrified and they're like going, I had nothing to do with this, but it went on.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden now it's like, am I
Am I going to get dragged into this?
Am I into this? Am I guilty? Should I? And probably right away, there are a lot of people right now feeling great remorse.
Great remorse
because they're like, why I could have done more.
Mm.
I could. Why did I not? Stand up to this.
There's all different levels probably of like emotion going on. There's some guys that probably moved on, just wanted to move on, finally moved on, and now here we go. It's drugged back into my life. That, maybe some would say, hey, it wasn't that bad. Some are going to say that. And maybe for some, it wasn't that bad. But when you hear pervasive and rampant, I mean, what's going on? And these people are now putting names to it. That's
the difference.
They went to a press conference.
People saw him speaking. Yes. So
yeah, Big Ten.
There's your update.
Another Big Ten. Another Big Ten scandal.
Something ugly every single day for Northwestern.
Yeah, I mean the Big Ten had its share too of scandal.
They have
big scandal.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there. When we come back, we are going to get to what the update from yesterday in SEC Media Days. Nick Saban at the podium.
He was good.
Talk about that and more next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Steve Sifmo, Jay Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers brand surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients in 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor and just buy and sell rye. Find at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, Nebraska's leading John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Each combine includes our A-plus uptime program to keep you running flawlessly throughout harvest season. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late-model equipment. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Koppel's summer sales event is into high gear with fantastic offers still going on. We've got 0.9% interest rates and trade-in bonuses like new models. I know it all sounds too good to be true, but yes, 0.9% interest rates right now at Koppel. Also ramping up our back-to-school vehicles, and our pre-owned inventory is filling fast. We've got great new pre-owned units ready to, so stop on by the dealership or online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do.
Or looking to get into the electrical construction industry. The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance-preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also a leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Go to hroofs.com for more information or call 402 359.
It's time to take control at from broken bones to complex get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step to a better pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where he begins. Call 402-4890.
Mariel. The only problem they fixed the plate is that at some that plate will be empty. But what if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs, or get down with some dumbbells and strength equipment. Step, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. It's glow time. See Club for details.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see areas of patchy fog this morning. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies. The rest of the day, we'll see a high around 84. Tonight, a slight chance of showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies are expected. A low around 64. Turn with a high 5. Meteorologist Kyle Buckner for 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
This
good morning, little brother.
is Early Break with Zip and Jay, brought to you by Dana Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Reminder, 1 week from today, Nebraska will be at Big Ten Media Days. We'll hear from Matt Rule and players, and we will also be there on location, on the field at Lucas Oil Stadium. So tune in for coverage Wednesday and Thursday next week from Indianapolis.
Are you going to pick me up at the hotel in the van? Like
I
last
think
year?
so. I hope it's not
Get coffee.
downpouring
Get coffee
rain.
for me.
I'll do that again. I'll probably get up early, get you some coffee, and myself some coffee. We'll walk in the stadium. Not supposed to actually bring food on that field, but it's like it's 6:30 a.m. Give me a break.
Is that right?
Because it's 7 a.m. that time, Eastern time, 6 a.m. this time.
I'd love to see the big plate of biscuits and gravy on the field. See if someone came and talked to you.
Hey, yeah. Is this
No.
I was there earlier.
Plead
that was the janitor.
No,
Come
I
on,
didn't.
that wasn't me.
I didn't know.
Do you guys get access to every head coach?
So I've reached out to every SID, all 14 in the Big
kidding
Ten, and I said, hey, we'd like to request interviews with them one-on-one in at the station, and they've all said, okay, we'll make sure. Thank you for requesting. We'll get those guys over there. Because last year we tried to get James Franklin, Mel Tucker. They were right by us, but they had to go do obligations because we didn't put in our request.
Yes.
The request is in. There's no
good job.
You can't skirt us.
That is,
this
you know
year.
what that is? That's 93.7 The Ticket. That's guidance from top down. This is from DP and Rebecca, working all the way down through Jake Sorensen, getting stuff done.
Yeah. Reached out.
Yes, that's
Took
what
some
it
nice
is.
to get all those guys in contact. So we should have all coaches, or at least the majority, sit down.
Even if you get them for 5 minutes,
it's probably what you're gonna get 5
minutes,
10 minutes max.
I'll tell you something. It's no small chore getting hold of all those SIDs.
No, it was they're just like, hey, SID for Rutgers. You know, it takes some research for that.
So also in preparation, because I will not be in attendance there, will be you have to have a critical question. Not like a jarring one, but it's like, so if all of a sudden whoever sits down, you have to have a hey, I get like one or two questions. Be like, how's it going?
Yeah.
How's it going
Hey,
at
man,
Penn
how
State?
are things in Indy?
How are things?
today?
How was your summer?
That doesn't
No,
count as a question.
No,
Get
not
some steak last night?
Yeah, that's like, hey, what's going on with this? You have to have something pretty to ask right away.
It's not hard to do though for Jake or you or I, because we talk about this stuff every day.
All the time.
It does. It helps like that.
So
Let's talk about
that's next week. But yesterday and this week we've had SEC Media Days in Nashville. Nick Saban was at the podium yesterday in Nashville, along with Billy Napier also was up there. Sam Pittman at Arkansas and Mark Stoops of Kentucky spoke at yesterday's session. And Nick Saban was kind of doing a little update on the
Quarterbacks.
The quarterbacks.
He's got three.
He's got three.
He's got three going.
Got to replace Bryce.
He says you got to let the cake bake.
I like that.
Yeah, you got to let the cake bake. I thought that was good too.
And then also, what's his favorite cake?
Carrot cake.
Carrot cake.
The carrot cake was his favorite cake. I thought that was odd.
It's odd.
I'm a huge fan.
Carrot cake.
Carrot cakes.
It's great.
Carrot cake frosting is great. That's it.
Bill, that's no. The whole
It's a
thing is
moist cake.
good.
I eat carrot cake. I'm
You
not
can say that about just about any cake.
No,
It's not really. You're really looking forward to. It's a frosty.
no. Well, frosty is it leads.
We'll get back to that. So he's got a redshirt freshman Ty Simpson, a redshirt sophomore Jalen Milroe, and then he's got that Tyler Buckner
from Notre Dame,
who didn't put up much for numbers at Notre Dame. We didn't talk about that the other day in our SEC preview. What he did is throw a lot of picks at Notre Dame, Tyler Buckner. But he came over with Tommy Rees. He threw for 378 yards last year and 2 interceptions in the regular season, then threw three touchdowns and 3 interceptions in the bowl game.
They
Whip
won.
an interception.
Yeah, Ty. Hey, have a 50-50 game for us.
Ty Simpson, Jalen Milroe. Ty Simpson's a 5-star quarterback from Tennessee. And
He's my prediction to win.
Okay,
write that down. I'm going Ty Simpson.
Jalen Milroe was a 4-star quarterback from Katy, Texas. Now Jalen Milroe's a big dude, 6'2", 220, and he can run. I don't know if Simpson can run or not, but yeah, Nick said we have 3 guys competing for the position. All those players are getting better, and it's important for us for all those players to get better. I don't think anybody has actually separated themselves. How about that?
Well, I think it's cool to note
they got a
also
quarterback
that
battle.
They've won 2 to 3 national championships with just average quarterback.
Guys. Yep.
With great defense, running the football, all the so it's not like this is out of the possibility. Now they've also had NFL starters. We said after this year, they're going to have 4. They're going to have 4 starters in the NFL. And here's the crazy thing: they all came in a row.
I know
they came in a row. How does that happen? They came in a row. Remember, Jalen Hurts gets set down, and he's one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. Went to the Super Bowl and also played really well in the Super Bowl.
He did play well all last season. He played incredible last season.
Incredible. And so it just keeps going. It's so where they're at with it right now. I think you don't feel a lot of panic out of him. He seems pretty happy. Seems pretty like that. He must be like, I think there's a feeling of we're pretty good.
Probably so, but yeah, you lost the first overall pick. That's very hard to replace. I know you've got 3 guys that are probably really good, but it is tough to replace number 1.
And we talked about it 2 years ago when Alabama came back against Auburn and won. That was all the quarterback. Same way last year at Texas. That was all the quarterback. So there are some times when you have to be able to make some plays, and that is the part of there's always this conversation about extending plays. The guy can extend the play. Sometimes also if the extension of the play is your number one thing that you do great, then also you can get off of what you're supposed to do first, because you're hey, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to extend this play. A lot of quarterbacks very functional. If they do what the coordinator wants you to do, then you're going to also be very good. And you're going to good defense, all those things. So
he
is who?
Nick
Saban. Okay.
There's one that I just thought, he said because of the Tide's draft success, they're always going to be a young team. I'm like, man, that's not. I mean, no, I don't even think Nebraska can think like that. You almost want Nebraska to be veteran.
Just think they had the number 1 pick and the 3 pick.
Bryce Young and Anderson.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty good.
They had one
offense and defense.
They had 1 and 3. They had 1 and 3.
It's a lot of talent there.
Yeah.
And just remember, Georgia did not win with a elite quarterback. Very good quarterback, obviously. He still was a 4th-round draft pick.
Good student, though.
Oh, yeah. Excellent
Very
student.
studious.
Great scholar.
No, we don't know if it was a bad student. He just may have been moving around programs.
Yeah. Possible.
Yes.
Nick
Which also is impossible to do because you can't do that anymore. You have to stay in one program after you get to a certain point.
Saban very high on Tommy Rees, the new coordinator there. He says Rees is one of the brightest young guys that I've seen in a long time in this business. And he's been a great addition and brought a lot of positives to the offensive side of the ball in terms of his ideas and how he relates to players, how he presents to players, his energy and enthusiasm on the field has been contagious.
I see Tommy Reese mentioned for that Northwestern job, and I'm just like, are
Stay
you really?
where-
You really
stay where you're at.
Yeah,
Stay
you're
where you're
31
at.
years old.
Yeah.
You're gonna throw a 31-year-old coordinator into that?
Stay with Nick.
And who is taking that, by the way?
Again, the list will be long.
It will.
It will be, absolutely.
But if
list-
I were the AD, I would not go after a 31-year-old coordinator.
No, you want a veteran.
Yeah.
But this will be after the season, right? When are they going to hire the coach?
It'll be after the season.
It'll
be after
go
the season.
through the season and play it out.
Saban said he didn't want to go on his Italy trip this summer with his wife.
I listen to that.
50th wedding anniversary. Didn't want to go.
What was the problem?
Do we got to go with this?
I'm sick of traveling.
Oh no!
Come on.
Yeah, but he
Stick
loved
around.
it. I heard him on a podcast. So he said he goes, I didn't want to go, but Miss Terry wanted to go, and I went. And he said it was awesome.
Yeah, he said it was fun.
He said it was. He said it had an absolute blast.
Why he didn't want to go? I guess I can understand. I wouldn't want to go either.
You don't like the hassle of traveling.
So
I don't want to go to Italy.
So to bring up an interesting concept, because this came up in a podcast yesterday, but I brought this up about a month ago or longer than that, where it used to be somewhere like 36, whatever it was, 30, I think it was 33. The number of weeks that you worked every day. And every day means that's a minimum of probably 10 and a half, 11 hours.
College
Sometimes
football?
College football. You work every day. So seven days a week. And now that number is it's at 46. So 46 weeks out of the it's 44, I think it is. 44 weeks out of the year. You work every single day. And also those days are probably in the 10s to 16s.
That's why you're terrible at trivia.
Yeah.
He's locked into work for all these times.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, I get it.
couldn't have fun.
I totally understand. I'm
is,
that way too.
Which is so crazy because they talk about this and the money and the one thing they keep nixing all the time is number of coaches. It's 10 full-time coaches. That's nuts.
Should be
because
more.
in the NFL you don't obtain the talent. That is your GM. That is your pool of scouts. That is you have some input. Yes, you will do evaluations and these things, but you're the coach. So now in college, you have to bring the talent in. In the NFL, you're drafting it. You're telling them they have to come to you.
Yep.
And so you have to go out and so you're obtaining the talent, you're coaching the talent, you're developing the talent, all those different things. And also, you said like when I talked about in the podcast was you move the signing date up. It wasn't an early signing date; it became the date. That's when everyone signs. So now you have to have everyone come.
December.
Yeah.
That's why everyone has to come now to visit in the end of April, May, June. And so like in June, from whatever mid-May until July 1st, those are every day minimum of 16-hour days.
Oh, they're on the grind.
It's and then like you said, that's for recruiting. That doesn't mean also like that. And also you have camps on your campus. Well, guess what?
And you have a team.
You have your own team. Getting your own team ready because he was talking about how he got his quarterbacks ready. Something that the reporter asked him how he goes, we've been doing that for months on the rotation hoop day.
It is amazing.
To keep up with it is boggling. And they have taken and what's happened is that you just don't want to lose the coaches that are like that just can't take it. After a while, it's like it's that hard. It is that hard. And then also your whole life plays out is reality TV. You're on reality TV every day.
Pretty much.
Especially
at a place like
that's
Nebraska.
why people love sport because what? It's live. You have to watch it live. There is no you can DVR
You're
it,
right,
but
though.
then you better be like I have friends of mine, Moose and Tina and Landry. They'll text us all the time. Do not text anything about the College World Series wherever we're taping it. We're DVRing it. So you have to you can't look at your phone. You can't do anything if you're waiting to see the game when you get home at night. You can't do anything because you're going to know what's going on.
One of the most interesting things about college football, something you just alluded to, one of the most interesting things for me, anyway, is what you just said about so much of the conversation during a lot of the year is about everything except the guys already in your program.
There's a lot of that.
We talk about guys that you're going after, guys that you just got. But you got to coach that other team too. That the team that's on the campus right now.
Those guys that are already here.
Yeah. They get forgotten.
You would be spending.
It's a weird part of college football.
It's in June, and this is even this last June, literally up until getting home at 1:30 in the morning because hanging out with the parents at the hotel or whatever you're doing. 1:30 and you're getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock to get back to the office because you have things to do before you have to get to the breakfast, before you have to be able to do this. And then also, here's the other thing: you have to be on. You have to be on.
Yeah.
You don't get the deal like that. It's like, I just got it.
Can't
In
be
the
yawning, can't be
in
so
the
tired,
NFL, you
fatigue.
might just be able to roll in early in the morning, and be like, I got like 3 hours here. I'm just going to kind of do stuff on my own. It's like, nope, that's not how it works.
Got to be engaged and be able to talk.
So for them to when I say them, that would be whether it's the NCAA, whether it's but it's really not the NCAA because they don't care. It's been voted down by the schools that because they say it's cost. But to not have more coaches is absolutely insane.
It seems like
it's absolutely insane because there's no NFL teams that only have 10. Just look around. Some of them are less, but they're not.
So think of Saban. Think of Saban at age 71.
71.
Doing what you're talking about.
71.
And loving it.
Yeah. Well, he brought up
you better love it.
He brought up which is true. When you get on that, everything goes back to 1978 when you're coaching. It's
when you're on the grass.
It's just the same. You're coaching kids, you're prepping your meetings. If I had a meeting with the whole defense or with the special teams or whatever, that's just that's what I did 30 years ago. It's incredible.
What's different then?
But what we just talked about, the recruiting, the cycles, all that, everything is so different. But everything else on the grass is the same. You're still coaching guys the same. You're still developing players. You're still doing all of your things. That has not changed where it's just like, oh yeah, practice, nothing remotely like it was 20 years ago. That's not true.
So you probably really like that part.
Yeah, that's the part you go. That's the only part that kind of keeps you. There's a time you're kind of walking on the field going, all right, last couple hours was out. Last 3 hours, that's outstanding.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. And then all of a sudden you get back in.
Yeah, what about the press box too, or the coaching box? You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
That's fun.
That's fun.
Yeah,
should have had the brownie. Should have had the brownie.
The one that got away.
Texas sheet cake.
The one that
West
got
Texas.
away.
You were young, taking yourself a little too seriously.
I was. I thought I was actually landing a plane on an aircraft carrier. Coming in with heavy battle. Yes. Get it out of here. Come on. Are you kidding me? I'm kidding me. I'm an NCAA Division II coach at Kearney State. Are you kidding me? Get that sheet cake out of here. Do you know who I am?
Then the coach looked at you and said, "Yeah, that brownie."
You should have tried. Exact words. Scott Hoffman should have tried the brownie.
When we come back, Rick Heyman's Song of the Day on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jay Sorensen, and Bill Busch on theticketfm.com.
Class A and drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Better today. Team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, Nebraska's leading John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Each combine includes our A-plus uptime program to keep you running flawlessly throughout harvest season. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late-model equipment. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
If you struggle, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get help. South Point Medical offers breakthrough non-surgical severe joint procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Our Remington Homes has really expanded and taken off in the last 5 years.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about their exciting new division, Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier and more affordable.
The exciting thing about a Remington home is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. You can select your options. We give you a lot of choices. By selecting certain floor plans, they're just easier to build. And you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is from Aspen Builders at 11 online. Remington Lincoln
and Spirits is now open in the collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 54th Street. From top shelf liquor to beer, Walt has a beverage for every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall to Wall Wine and Spirit, 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory on landmarkimp.com, your local Landmark, to experience the Landmark difference.
It's a new era for Nebraska football with a new head coach. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of 10 media days. Live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis on July 26th and 27th. Jay Foreman, Amon Green versus Sean Terrell Farley, Derek Pearson, Steve Sipple, and Jake Sorensen will be in Indy for our shows on Wednesday and Thursday. Coverage of Big Ten Media Days is brought to you by Ben Blaker, a professional realty group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate years, Warhorse Gaming, A1 Automotive, and the 1890 Initiative.
If you have concerns about your drinking water, just call Bryant. If your water doesn't look right, smell right, or taste right, Bryant can help. If your water has high levels of iron, Bryant can help. If you're tired of foggy dishes and dingy clothes, Bryant can help. Whatever your home water needs are, Bryant is here with a solution to fit your needs. Be sure about your water. Just call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
You deserve the best. With a Liberty Store high rate debt balance, the Liberty First. No balance transfer fees, no cash advance fees, and no annual fee. And with a fixed rate as low as 9.99% APR, and you choose rewards, you'll be able to manage your card your way. Visit firstcu.com. Rates and terms are based on your credit and subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Move over, Jake.
I'm moving. Jeez.
Thursdays are reserved for a man with a wider range of music knowledge than Jake could ever dream of.
This is the golden era. You could hear this on any radio station. You know, it wasn't like it is now. You know, you got country, you got R&B, you got pop, you got rap, you got rock. They didn't have that then. You heard everything.
A man who knows a good song when he hears it, just as much as a good diamond when he sees it.
You get a diamond!
Yes, I do get a diamond. I get a diamond, and that makes me happy.
It's time for Rick Heyman's Song of the Day, sponsored by Sartor Heyman Jewelers on Early Break on 93.
Once again, your song of the day, Brother Louie by Stories, 464-5685. 1 is bad, 10 is Rick Heyman. So,
Jay,
shocked. I'm so taken back by that. So because Jake's like, yeah, you won't. I'd never heard.
Oh,
It.
I had never heard that song before.
The interesting thing, that's a white. Those are white guys. It's interesting. Excellent song. We loved it. I mean, I loved it. When did it come out, Jay?
Well, Rick will tell us in a second.
73, I think.
Probably 50 years, right?
Oh yeah,
I think he's doing 50
that
songs.
That's been a theme for 6 months now.
Yeah,
that's okay. It's all right. It's been every single time 50 years old.
1973. So probably 73.
Yeah, only it wasn't 79 or anything.
It's a great song.
Yeah,
it's a great pick, Rick. I don't even know. You're amazing. You're absolutely amazing. God bless you. That's a 8.9997.
Okay,
just on the cusp of a 9.
Louis, and then he comes back with Louis. That was
Bill was singing.
Somewhat of a controversial song too, by the way.
I'm say I was in the 78th percentile on knowing all the words.
Good. Yeah, you were doing.
I knew the
well
words
there.
pretty well at that. I was excited. Rick, nice job, really good job for us right there. I'm going to give you an 8
flat.
Okay.
8. I'll go the lowest, but very good score.
Yeah.
8 flats. Correct. I don't remember hearing that. We are joined now by Rick Heyman of Sauter Heyman Jewelers on the Allo VIP hotline. Good morning, Rick. Good song today.
Good morning, gentlemen. 50 years ago.
50. Nice job. I sleuthed that one out, Rick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some good
Since you've been
research
doing
there.
50 for the last 6
You
months.
did. Yeah, you did. You sleuthed it
What
out.
was that song,
Hey.
Jake?
Gonna guess 73 is the guess.
Yeah. Hey, you guys were talking about game shows the other day. And, the Gong Show.
Yes.
Which at that time we were living in our band house over by Irving Junior High, and we would stop everything if we were at home. I think it was on at 1 or 2 or something like that. And we'd watch the Gong Show every day. Remember the Unknown Comic?
The Unknown Comic was incredible.
With a bag over
paper
his
bag
head.
over his head. Hey, Chucky.
Yeah.
And then Gene the dancing.
It was
machine.
awesome.
It's awesome.
It was awesome.
We watched some the other day, Rick. Steve Sipple pulled some up, and we doubled over laughing. It was ridiculous and a little bit inappropriate. Yeah,
It's very racy.
Yeah,
It was racy.
Yeah, it was.
I had to apologize to my mom all the time. Like, I mean, it's on like daytime TV,
Daytime
Mom.
TV.
It's not my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on NBC. Then there was the match game with Gene Rayburn, Charles Nelson Riley, and Richard Dawson.
Yeah, we hit on that one. Yes, that was the innuendo game. Everything was like the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was Hollywood Squares.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that one?
I do remember that one. I never watched it though.
It wasn't as
But
interesting.
they always
but-
had what's his name in the middle that always gave some silly answer. That was a great
Charles
show.
Nelson Riley.
Yeah, Charles.
Yeah.
No, it was
You
the
sure?
other guy that
You
was
sure?
in all the funny movies. I can't remember
You sure
his
it
name.
wasn't Charles Nelson
Anyway,
Riley? Google that.
yeah, he was on Match Game.
Okay. Let's get to your song there, Rick.
Okay, all right. So the Stories band, they could go into any category, one-hit wonder. They did have like another minor hit. They were only together for a few short years. Brother Louie was an actual cover song from a band called Hot Chocolate over in the UK that was a big hit a year earlier. Now, they didn't have the internet back then, so if something was a hit in England or somewhere else, it didn't mean you were going to hear it here. So at any rate, it's a great song. And the more you listen to it, the better it gets. And did you notice the strings there in that bridge parts kind of sounded like ELO a little bit there?
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely heard that.
I know
type of
what you're
sound.
talking
I
about.
heard that
Yeah.
Electric Light Orchestra.
Yeah. That part.
Yeah. So
Sounds just like
really good wah-wah pedal guitar and piano on that, and a funky bass line. The lead singer sang really high. He did a lot of work later with Foreigner and some other people. This is a great quote from Chris Gow's Record Guide of 1981. It said, "This group tests our male timber chauvinism. Ian Lloyd, the singer, sounds disconcertingly like a goyle, meaning girl. Too bad he voices the same old male sentiments. Don't let me down, push me around, or complain when I leave at the dawning. Because the music is special, dense, clean, kinetic, almost mid-Beatles in spirit, but more contemporary." I thought that was a pretty good take on those guys. They're an interesting group, and
Yeah.
I think they're darn good. You can go watch old videos of them live on Midnight Special playing that stuff
Midnight
live.
Special, that was a great.
It was dynamite, yeah. So with that in mind, let's get to Stump the Coach and the Sippers.
Okay.
I am going to mix this up because I don't want to hear any crap from the coach. The coach is going to go first. This is so easy.
Okay.
All right?
You better get this.
Spell Farfik.
Who was the president of the United States in 1973? Don't look it up.
He can't. He doesn't have a computer.
Don't own one. I don't know. I'm going to go Nixon.
Yeah, good job.
You get a diamond, Tricky Dick.
Brilliant, Bill.
Good job. You
dug deep.
I went to class.
Yeah. You weren't working yet.
I was
16 hours a day.
You're still locked in back there.
Back to Sip. Sip's favorite questions. Under or over at the end of the year 1973 on the top 100 singles, was this under or over the top 15? So in other words, was it in the top 15 or was it beyond the top 15?
I'm just going to go based on radio airplay. This song was on all the time. Over.
You mean under?
That'd be
in
under.
the top 15?
Yeah. Top 10. Top 10.
That would be under.
Top 10.
Well, under. It was number 13.
Okay, I got it.
Nice, you got it.
Got it.
Brilliant.
Got it. Got it. Bam.
A little confusing, but we got
No,
it.
no,
right
it
there.
wasn't confusing.
2 for 2.
Top 10.
Two for two.
Yeah. Diamond.
And both you guys, I guess. Who was the national football champion in 1973? Do not look it up.
National. I can't again.
Bill,
I don't
has
have
no
a computer on my
computer.
phone.
He has a phone, but
I don't know how to
he's
use
not
it.
particularly adept with his phone.
No, I'm not real good. I can
Hey,
send
73?
messages.
73?
1973, and there's two choices, okay?
What do you mean?
Period.
Okay, fight on. Trojans.
I'm going Alabama.
Okay. Alabama. It was split between Notre Dame and Alabama. The AP versus the coaches.
Okay.
Way to go, Bill.
All right. Good job, Bill.
So kind of 3 for 3 today.
Yeah, well, we'll say 3 for 3.
Yeah.
3 for 3.
Stories,
Excellent,
Brother
Coach.
Louie. I thought we'd get more stories trivia. Stories.
I don't have much on them. I'll post more stuff.
Please, I love when you
videos of them
post
on
that
my
stuff.
Facebook later on.
I always like.
I don't have
everything.
much on them. I just like them.
Yeah, they're
I
good.
like that.
Okay.
That's outstanding.
Well, Rick, what's going on right now at Sauter Heyman Jewelers?
Hey, breakers get 10% off. We had somebody in the other day. He picked something that was already 30 off. We gave him a little bit more discount. 10% off is on full retail, but we'll work with you. Don't worry about that. Just mention the show when you come in, and or if you're online, just put in the word ticket when you place an order with a capital T, and you're going to get an instant 10% off. We have a big announcement coming towards I won't be on next week, in a couple weeks, because you guys are going to Indy, but boy, this is going to be fun. And our Heartland Diamonds are guaranteed the brightest diamond in the world, or we'll buy you the entire rack of readers at Dollar General.
Whoa.
Check us out at SauterHeyman.com, Instagram, Facebook, and my personal Facebook page at Rick Heyman.
Okay, Rick, always good stuff. Thanks for the time.
Thanks,
we will
Rick.
chat with you again in 2 weeks when we're back from Media Days.
Have a great trip, guys. Bye-bye.
All right, that's
there's the
Rick
tag.
Heyman
There it
from
is.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers. The song of the day again was Brother Louie by
Unbelievable
Stories.
song. Unbelievable song.
Duke texted in.
What'd he say?
What'd he say?
Not happy with SIP at all.
What?
He says you gave the song Black Betty, hated it, but yet you gave Louis a 9.
Did I give Black Betty a bad rating?
Yes,
you must have.
That was Duke's song that he gave. He gave it to Jake for Song of the Day.
Duke?
Yep.
God bless you.
He almost demanded me to play it. I did play it.
Yes.
I did play that song.
I take that criticism. That's fine. Thank you, Duke.
Hour 2 next. Mike Schaefer, an early break in the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Simple, Jake Soraville on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Look at your car. Probably has a few dings and all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tint, dent repair, washes and details, bed liner, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get started? One schedule appointment at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get to both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
If you're an electrician, we've got a career for you. It's a career with employer-paid health care and retirement benefits. Join the IB work for one of our NICA contractors, 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Holiday Inn, 2500 Tamarind Ridge Road in Southwest Lincoln. For more information, call Mike Murray at 402-875-1034. That's 402-875-1034.
Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln Home Business Community. Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-627 or Judson Irrigation.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-combine from, you are backed by Landmark's extensive network, along and parts drop to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup, comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Hi, Sean Cann here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Koppel's big summer sales event is kicking off into high gear with lots of fantastic offers still going on. We've got 4% interest rates and trade-in bonuses on select new models. I know it all sounds too good to be true, but yes, 0.9% interest rates right now at Koppel. Also, we're ramping up our back-to-school vehicles, and our pre-owned inventory is filling fast. We've got great new pre-owned and GM certified stuff. Stop on by the dealership or online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Leading John Deere Combine is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Each combine includes our A-plus uptime program to keep you running flawlessly throughout harvest season. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late-model equipment. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm Texans. I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Thursday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 sponsored by Midwest Bank, member FDIC, location in Lincoln at 27th Jamie Lane. New location coming to 70th and Pioneers. Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
FDIC, right?
We member FDIC. We've been gifted some food by Dave Dipple, your long lost third cousin, during the break there. Sip, you're eating one right now.
He just got off a train from Grand Island. He got off a train in Grand Island and brought us in and came in.
He's a railroad man.
He is a railroad man, Dave Dipple.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Stays at Borders often.
In Grand Island.
Yes. They have 88 rooms rented every night.
They claim I charged him a ton of money to do the remote. It was a very fair price.
This was a rough visit for Jay.
It was
I'm
not.
not going to get into it. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're doing great. You got to run the business. You know,
Yeah,
you
gotta-
here's what I'm
dollars
not
and
going to do.
cents.
Here's what I'm not going to do.
You can't do everything for free.
I'm not going to sit back and take pot shots at your business sense because you do a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, we all these things cost life, and I gave him a fair deal, and I will return that.
Dipple brought in donut holes and milk.
Strawberry and chocolate.
Yes. What do you got there?
The basis of all milk.
Mike Schaefer, if you're watching this on the stream, is in the studio from
Mike
24/7
Schaefer.
Sports. Schaefer, good morning.
Good morning. How we doing?
Welcome, Schaefer.
What flavor you got there?
The blueberry donut holes.
Your Schaefer's in a good mood because the Indians are in second place.
Yes.
They were in first place, and now they're in second place.
Yeah,
And
we were
so
talking about
it's-
how bad the Central is.
It's
where
terrible.
The Royals are 20 back, and they, and the leader,
41 under.
the leader is 3 games above 500. They're horrible. I hope 41 games below
41 under
500.
and not eliminated. Mathematically, they're still alive.
They're terrible.
I hope they have a good sense of humor. Guys, we're 41 under.
You just find a new way to lose every single.
Imagine coming in every day like that. Who's pitching? I don't know.
We're 41
Who
under.
cares?
Pretty incredible.
Who cares?
It's incredible.
Let the
ineptitude.
shortstop pitch. See how he does. This is
They might as well.
Yeah.
They have pitched many position players because they're down 16-2. Let's put our shortstop out there and see what happens. Oh, another home run.
Yeah.
Who cares? We're down 16-2.
Yeah.
Throw another one. Throw a meatball. It's great times in Kansas City.
Well, hey, there's still like 80 games left. So
Yeah, that's a terrible
70
thing. Just make like
games
10
left.
and get the season over with. It's fine. That's what I like. It's what I prefer.
All right, Jake.
Well, again, we are a week away from Media Days in Indianapolis. Schaefer, you've always had. You're not a huge fan of Media Days, are you?
no.
I've always been curious about his. He's
I think I would love him. I think
it's one of the he kind of complains about his media.
I think
days.
they're outstanding. Yeah, I really do.
I'm
a
not
big
going to
fan.
put the outstanding on it.
Yeah.
It's sort of a grind.
No.
Right?
Yes.
I like listening to them. I hear what they have to say, especially the coaches.
Yeah.
The player interviews are not as interesting as the coaches to me. Not that they don't say good things. Just the coaches. I always want to hear from their perspective, so it always sets them a little bit more that way.
Yeah. I get
Yes, absolutely.
Schaefer, Jake, I'm going to get into this. if
Please
you don't mind.
go for it.
Nebraska landed this Preston
Taumua
from Hawaii. He's an offensive. On his film, he's an offensive tackle. I guess he could play guard. Looks like it looks like he's sort of the prototypical Polynesian mauler, and he will get after your ass. Is that what you?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I think he's probably more likely kind of a swing guy, if not an interior guy for Nebraska, which would make him, a guard, potentially a center. But I think they have a couple guys that like to play center for him. His athleticism is really strong, and so what you like there is you could stick him at that guard spot, then he can get around the corner. You can pull with him. You can get to the biggest thing of all of it to me is the context of it's a top lineman from Hawaii. You already have Ben Scott. If Ben Scott performs well for you and Preston Taumua performs well for you, the pipeline to Hawaii gets that much easier. I mean, you look at programs in the Midwest that have the ability to take players out of Hawaii. It's Notre Dame and Wisconsin. And why? It's because they've had guys that have had success from the islands. And so it just sort of repeats that they're able to keep bringing out players. Nebraska had Wyndon Hohuli, a couple years ago in their class. And I think that could have worked, but it was right during the pandemic and it just didn't really ever take off. And I just remember talking with people at the time. If Wyndon Hohuli comes to Nebraska, he plays well, suddenly you're going to get more and more players from Hawaii who are willing to come in and take that visit and then visualize it as a place that they can have success. So it could be for Donovan Raiola. I think it's as important as any of the recruiting wins he's had so far because it could really beget things down the line.
Top rated player in Hawaii.
Yes, and Grant Bricks, the lineman from Iowa. Not
Logan Magnolia.
Okay. Do you have any update on a timeline for him?
Not really. I mean, he's playing everything pretty close to the vest, which I always kind of appreciate. I mean, he had a visit interview, or I had a visit interview of him right after he visited Nebraska, and it was, you could scrub out Nebraska and just swap it. Like all the quotes were fairly generic because he just didn't want to give anything away, which again I can appreciate. It sounds like Kansas State, Oklahoma, the primary teams to kind of pay attention to there. He also visited Alabama. I don't know where he's at on their board, but that's certainly something to note. I know Notre Dame would like to get him out for a visit. He said there is one place that he would consider going to before making a decision. And I guess if he's going to do that, the July period opens up here in about a week. And so maybe he decides to go on the road one last time, and then he'll make a decision after that. I know that he would like to have a commitment before the start of his senior year, but he's not going to force one just to have one.
How about that? There's one more visit period.
But yes.
At the end of July.
July 24th, I believe.
So kids can visit campuses.
Yes.
Sort of a random.
It's to kind of allow, because the way it normally falls in June, if someone was trying to stack all their official visits in June, which is generally how players try to do it, you're forced to take one midweek visit. This would allow you to do 4 in June, 1 in July. You could do all weekends. So it's to try to keep it a little bit flexible. Traditionally, Nebraska has had junior college guys in that weekend, but they haven't had a lot of high school players for official visits. So I don't know what to expect with that. Caleb Benning is expected to be in during that period. There might be some other guys that stop in, but it's hard to know exactly what it's going to look like.
Does the whole staff come back for that?
Well, I mean, camp starts like right around this time, so they're going to be
31st.
They're going to be around to some degree. So I would assume this is kind of the last week of full vacation, and then after that, it kind of ramps back up to all hands being on deck.
31st of July is when camp begins.
That's right.
Yes.
Big deal. I'm curious, when you look at the 2024 class so far for Nebraska, it's getting filled up every day, but what are the holes still on the 2024? What do you just address still they have not addressed yet?
Well, I think they'd love to get a tackle. You look at what they have for their offensive line class, and Jake Peters is an interior guy. Landon Davidson's an interior guy. Preston Taumua likely is an interior guy. Gibson Pyle, who might be the best offensive lineman in their class, is an interior guy. And so you'd love to add a tackle. And so Grant Bricks and Brandon Baker are kind of the two big names there. Brandon Baker expected to come out in September for the Northern Illinois game. And so you'd love to add a tackle. I think edge rusher remains something that they would like to add another piece to the class. There's a kid named Devo Tatuga. That's 8 correct on the pronunciation. His first name's Devo.
What we do in this show.
He's from Utah. He's looking to come out to visit in that unofficial period in July, and then he will come back for an official visit. He's going to visit both Nebraska and Oregon in that time. Jay Sean Raleigh, like out of Liberty North, down in the Kansas City area. His teammate is Keelan Smith.
Hello.
And so he's been up for a visit already in June. Nebraska is one of his top 5 schools. It seems like they're going to get an official visit from him. It's kind of an unusual recruiting situation, but I think Nebraska has a chance to potentially add there. They're keeping their eye out at running back if there's someone that can kind of a do everything athlete type. Like they really like those guys. I think they have a spot available for that. But otherwise, it's kind of getting close to finish there. I mean, they're still looking, maybe 1 or 2 spots left for defensive back. Mark Sanders out of Florida, Caleb Benning out of Omaha. Those 2 guys kind of at the top of the board left there. So, but otherwise, I mean, with 24 guys in the boat, and I don't think they're going to take 30 high school kids, but I would not think there's a lot of spots left, and so it's kind of you're kind of down to the final. I would guess 8 to 12 names that really kind of stand out for them.
Join Mike Schaefer, 24/7 Sports. Schaefer, a couple. Nebraska announced their six players for the class of 2023 for the Hall of Fame. Taylor Martinez is one of those players from the 2010 to 2013 era. I'm curious. What it feels like people sometimes forget about him.
Oh yeah.
Now we were in college. You were in college at the same time as me when he was in college.
I was out of college
Okay,
by the time he started in 2010. But yeah, I mean it was like right after college, which feels like you're in college anyway. So Taylor Martinez. It's inconceivable to me for someone to forget about him. I mean, he's what he did in that stretch.
It's conceivable to Jake, but I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying.
But in the last, since Nebraska's last conference till, you could argue that he, along with Sue and maybe a handful of other guys, were the most explosive Nebraska. I mean, I will never, for as long, forget what my favorite game I've ever covered was the 2012 Michigan State game, in which you got the entire Taylor Martinez experience. I mean, I think he had like a 90-yard touchdown run. He had a 90-yard interception return against him. He was all over the place. But in the fourth quarter, when Nebraska, needed someone to do something.
Yeah.
I mean, he was able to, he had like a 30-yard touchdown run, and then he came back and he led that drive, and there's a couple critical conversions they have to get, and he finds, Jamal Turner. And
with a great pass, by the
that
way.
was.
It's a hard pass to make.
Well, and I had a great vantage point of it. I was standing like right there.
I was standing right next to you, I think.
And I know Sean was, because Sean and I had moved out of the way. Otherwise, we were going to get taken out by Jamal Turner and become national
sensations. I think I was standing right next to you.
So it was an amazing, that was a
fun,
wild game. Just a wild game. It's like one of those that I'm not a big, like, old game on YouTube, and the 2012 would be.
That was when Kyle Reed was too.
Kyle Reed had some
big plays in that game.
Yeah. So I think of Taylor relatively fondly. The disappointing thing for him, he played in 2, conference championship games. Nebraska didn't win either. His career really just fizzled out entirely with
Injured,
all sorts of all sorts of rumors about what had happened and everything, all these different things. Nebraska, I think his one return game was that awful Minnesota game where one of Nebraska's interior offensive linemen, and I think I know the name, but I'm just going to leave it out, just got absolutely ragdolled all game. Hageman.
That's right.
I think. You are the non-Stu dominant interior defensive line performances.
You guys have incredible memories.
Demolished Nebraska's offensive line that day. And that was the end of his career. Like, that was his last game. So it's one of those where it burned so brightly so early, and then it kind of just goes out with a fizzle. He never. His sort of crowning achievement was that bowl win against Georgia, right? The Gator Bowl. I mean, that was probably
Was that Tommy?
No, that was Tommy.
Was that Tommy? Yeah,
that
so
was Tommy. That was definitely Tommy. Tommy was
Taylor win a bowl game?
They
lost in the Capital One. They lost in the Capital One. They lost in 2010.
He didn't win a bowl game.
Yeah.
0 for 3 in bowl games.
Yeah, Tommy hit a noon one that
That's
99-yard.
That's right. That was
Yeah,
Tommy
so-
Armstrong. Yeah.
Yeah, so then I don't know what the crowning achievement for Taylor Martinez would be.
Yeah, Tommy didn't start.
Unfortunately,
the
in
whole
their
year.
biggest games, they lost.
Armstrong started, I think, about 4 or 5 games that year.
Yeah.
when they played Georgia, and beat Georgia. Beat a good.
Yeah,
Georgia team.
I totally was just thinking 2013, and then I was thinking it was
Still future at that point. It was Tommy at that point. Yeah, but they won the.
That's what the crown win would be.
Well, I
mean, I guess
Oklahoma State in a row was a huge win. Remember, we talked about how that was an amazing.
Or
game for
Ohio
that
State
regular
at
season,
home.
though.
It's not the same team, but getting that win, the 21-point comeback, he was definitely
Burke had a
part
big
of that.
part of that. Yeah,
Yeah, man, that Oklahoma State game was not that 2010 season.
that was fun.
Yeah, imagine covering one of those around here sometime.
Yeah, that'd be
soon.
nice to have a 5-0 start. They were top 5 in the country, and then didn't go so well.
Oh,
at the
that
end of the
game
season.
against Texas. What
They
a
blew a
disaster.
17-0 lead in the title game.
Yeah.
Up 17-0 in Oklahoma and lost. It's like 24-17 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
the untold story on that is the athletic department screwed Bo on that by making it a red out game. He was like, "What? What?" He didn't even know like they did it.
Oh, the Texas thing?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the 17.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no.
what?
The red
How
out.
did Bo get screwed
The
there?
red out. I mean, he didn't want a game emphasized like that. I mean, I remember that summer. He was like, "What are we doing here?"
Who in the so that would have been
I'm
a
not-
Tom
I'm-
Osborne strike me.
No, it was not. Though. It was a bad game. It was a something there. Yeah.
It was
That's,
bad.
that's
It
an
was-
apt description of how
It
the
was.
third quarter.
Yeah.
Texas was not good.
They
that
weren't a
season.
very good
That,
team.
that was the year after they lost Colt McCoy. He was
It was
gone.
Garrett Gilbert.
Garrett Gilbert, yeah.
Garrett Gilbert had a
freaking
career
Garrett
day.
They were not good going into that game.
No.
Nebraska was heavily favored. I want to say, 10-point favorite possibly in that game?
Double-digit favorite for
Double
sure.
digit.
I
And they
guarantee
never, they
you.
never showed up. They never showed up. It was not good. But
He's
well,
cringy.
yeah, he's one of 6 players though that makes the class of
I think it's
2023.
deserving. I should finish
think
with
so?
that. Yeah, I don't have no issue with him being in the Hall of Fame. It seems maybe, I guess, early for his when you know of other outstanding individuals, but still, I mean, I have no problem with him being in there.
How much are you still tracking at this moment Northwestern football and the demise of that program at this point?
None.
Oh, you're not.
Yeah, I mean, I'll worry and think about Northwestern when Nebraska plays them that week. I don't have any other, like, I'm not the guy who sees the accident and pulls over and then stands there and watches as they pull the bodies out of the
carnage.
wreckage. That's not.
It's
You appreciate it. Move on.
Well, what am I going to get out of it?
Who?
I mean,
How is it going to be treated at Big Ten Media Days? Is it? Are we asking other teams about Northwestern?
Well, what do we want to learn? They don't have their coach anymore.
Right.
They have the staff has been retained.
Mhm.
It seems like they have a seismic issue in their athletic department.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if asking Kirk Ferentz about this is going
Right.
to yield any information.
I just wonder if people are going to do that. Like,
I don't know.
I'm not.
It's a weird situation. And I can imagine whoever, I can't even think of who the interim coach is. That'll be
David Braun.
That'll be an awkward, when he's up there having to give his opening statement and answer questions, and he's going to be asked about what he knew and when he knew it and everything else. Like, there's going to be a level of awkward to it for sure.
David Braun.
I'm curious how much it extends past Northwestern though. Like, do you anticipate the 10 commissioner is going to happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would
So, but what, like, I guess there's a part of me that isn't sure of what to expect for them to say. I mean, it's an internal, yeah. I mean, it's an internal situation.
What can the players say? See, now
I feel bad for them.
I don't
I
send
do.
them. I don't send players. I'm not going to do
I
it.
wouldn't either. I wouldn't send the coach.
Well, I
think they're
there's
obligated to.
There are different schools of thought on that. But why put David Braun in a position to speak for the entire athletic department?
Yeah.
When he wasn't there, he wasn't part of it.
Yeah, I would.
Because you can't expect that people are going to say, well, he wasn't part of it, so we're not going to ask.
Right.
No, they're going to ask. So he's got to represent essentially the university in front of 250 reporters.
Yeah, I will say this.
That seems like a lot to me.
The fact that it's Northwestern tamps down some of what you get in terms of questions and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if this happened at Nebraska, if this had happened at Penn State, this is, there would be a much more hysteria.
It still fits, though. Fits.
Oh yeah, no, I understand that aspect of it.
This isn't Tom Allen. No, it's to Tom Allen.
But I'm saying you don't have the local reporters that care about Northwestern there. You don't have that. So you're going to get the drive-by people, and you're going to get some people who just
national people.
Yeah. What extent that they're use that in the opening statement portion of this whole thing,
I don't know.
Remains to be seen. You're more likely to get bloggers that are going to ask that question than you are,
bloggers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how it's handled next week, though, in India. You sticking around, Schaefer? Are you out?
Sure, I'm here.
Okay,
well, the whole hour.
Up next, though.
We're going to get thrilled by Bill.
Is Bill's Thrills Cool Parenting Tips Thursday. Lock in. It's up.
Do you have a headline?
We'll see. An early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture, not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. By today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, Nebraska's leading John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% over 100 pre-owned combines. Each combine includes our A-plus uptime program to keep you running flawlessly throughout harvest season. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late model equipment. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres. Solutions for every field.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded. GAF Master Certified contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. A leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Go to HNHroofs.com for 359-2546.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group, independent living resources, and job, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. First step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Nutrition and Wellness has been for 29 years, changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain relieving techniques, and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5655 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer, and the best place in town. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the shuffleboard court. Come on Sundays for open house league all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy 3 tall boys and $3 wells. Shake off the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock. Register to win one of 4 $500 gift certificates from Graham Tire Company of Lincoln during their anniversary sale going on now. Instant rebates on Goodyear, Kumho, Hankook, and Nokian tires. Additional mail-in rebates on select Goodyear tires. Double your mail-in rebate when you use your Goodyear card. That's up to $260 savings on 4 select tires. Hurry in for the savings and your chance to win a $500 gift certificate given away to 4 lucky local winners. Graham Tire and Auto Service, getting you to the places that matter most.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margarita. Wow. Burnt pineapple and mango tank, all 10 of them, and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday edition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over. Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa,
Precht at 5 under par.
Come on,
He's
Crisco.
done. Never heard of him. Have a day. Jordan Spieth, 2 back at 3 under par with 1 hole to go. Tommy Fleetwood also 2 back, 3 under par with 4 holes to go. Stuart Sink, the old man, 3 under par, 2 back.
50.
Yes.
50?
He's 50 or 51.
How about Bernard Langer?
He's not playing. Popular pick, Cameron Smith is 1 over par, as is Scotty Scheffler on their round so far.
Thank you, Jake.
You are welcome. That's your.
You give us one more in the spillover.
I will do that. That's your British show.
You got a headline today. Grab me.
Hang on. We're getting to Bill's thrills. It is time, though, for cool parenting tips Thursday after his proper introduction.
Some call him the most.
The morel mushroom.
Oh, yeah. Does it come in Bonanza?
Thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
If you are new to the program, Bill's Thrills, something new every day. Mondays, football facts. Tuesdays, bugaboos. Wednesday, wild card. Today is Thursday, which means cool parenting tips with Bill Busch. Bill, the floor is yours and Bill's Thrills.
I went twofold on this. So there's a double, 2 different sections of the thrill of the cool parenting tips.
Double thrill.
Double thrill.
Double thrill Thursdays.
Thrill.
I like that.
Ooh, I like it.
Dairy, danger, and a hint of disaster.
That's a headline.
Dairy, danger, and a
Thank
hint
you.
of disaster.
You grabbed me.
Elevate and expand your youth summer.
The second part.
Elevate and expand your youth's summer.
Okay.
The first one up, dairy, homemade ice cream, making of the homemade ice cream. It's incredible.
Oh God, it is.
It's just the excitement you have.
My dad
like
used
that.
to do it. Oh.
When you made the homemade ice cream, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. You got the cream.
It's a big
you got
deal.
it set. Guess what flavor you had? Vanilla. That's what we do. We do vanilla. There is no latte, toffee, peanut butter like that. No, it's
Toffee.
yeah. It's vanilla. The prep time was unreal. Remember, and you put
Just
the
a
ice,
long prep time.
and you put the ice around it, and then you have to have the rock salt.
Yep.
You pour it on the ice
In a bucket,
in a bucket. Yeah.
like a wooden bucket.
Yeah. And so you had now even 50 years ago, ours was still electric. We weren't doing the manual churn.
Ooh, no,
Like
we
that.
were. No.
Did you guys churn it
My
yourself?
dad did a manual.
Did a manual churn.
Yeah, and we'd have to take the
Take
boys
turns.
have to take turns.
Take turns,
Yeah.
which is incredible. We'd had an electric and the manual. We went to a
It's fun.
nice. Then you start with so the salt like that, and then Sharon, mom, there'd be for us it was Hershey's chocolate syrup out of a can.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Maybe some crushed nuts potentially. There'd be a maraschino cherry.
Okay.
That was the only thing that was
See,
allowed.
we had strawberries.
Yes, that's which is a great one.
Yeah,
that's great. We didn't have the strawberry again. We didn't have that kind of money to buy fresh fruit like that, like you guys had at the Sipple House to do that.
We were not.
We
well-to-do.
didn't have a high V. We didn't have a high V in Pender. So
we're going to get in an argument on who was poor.
Yeah, we were not poor. We were
so
great.
poor.
Yeah. So anyway, but the having that in your life of being able to make homemade ice cream will resonate with those. So get your youth, teach them how to do it, teach them how it is, and then always there'll be some left over and you put it in the freezer. Then you keep some extra in the freezer. And that was a big deal
100
to have the extra.
People still do it.
Now the homemade ice cream. So
Yeah.
just please do
it
that
one time ever.
The second part of the danger and the hint of disaster is to get your kids on some dangerous playground equipment. Get your kids on some dangerous playground equipment. It would start with just the classic swing set, and it'd be a metal,
Way too high.
and you try to get to parallel.
Yeah,
you're trying to get to parallel,
and then jump,
and then to get to parallel, you would jump, but you get so high there could be some slack in it. Remember the slack, and then it would snap you back.
Yep.
And if it wasn't cemented in real well, also the whole thing would teeter.
Right.
The whole
The
thing
thing would
would
come off
the ground. It would come
off
off
the ground. That'd freak you out a little bit.
when it came off the ground.
Yeah, that thing's off.
Also, and also back then the thing was like way higher. It's like 20 feet down. Now the swing set, it's like you can reach up and grab it. It's like it's like 8 feet in the air.
You're right.
The top
North
of it was
Park
like 20.
Playground.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna ask if you
North
remember
Park
those
Playground.
the original swings on those
The
things.
North Park
you could
Playground.
get some air.
Oh, some air. It was
you could get air.
and then the way you would crank on it.
Oh, yeah.
You'd crank the swing, and you'd be up in the air like 30 feet at recess or play.
I get kind of sick sometimes.
Yeah. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Then you do then
motion sickness.
Then the jump out was always big to time it. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh yeah.
do the kind of running man.
Yep.
In the deal, or if you hit it low, you just ran off of it.
Yep.
Remember that as you're coming back through, and there'd be the big in the ground. There'd be all those two ruts where your feet were at.
I envision so well.
Oh, the visuals, the
I
ruts.
just love
Then
it.
the teeter totter. The teeter totter. You didn't play with it much.
Didn't get it.
No,
Didn't mess with
but
it.
it was fun.
Kind
You're
of.
on, and all of a sudden we went down. You just kind of rolled.
Yep.
That was.
I mean, I always thought I was gonna hurt my tailbone.
Yeah. So it's always So the teeter totter wasn't.
Like put me in.
7-year-old Sybil's worried about his tailbone.
I was worried about paralysis
That's-
at age 7. I stayed off.
That's a scary thought.
That's amazing.
And remember, teeter totter too. They had to be able to balance out. You could move it. So if you had like the fat kid
I'm
on the
surprised
other
you
end,
did the teeter totter.
Yeah, I did a little bit, not much.
I'm surprised you're out on it.
I'm out on the
Paralysis
teeter.
seesaw?
100 out on the teeter totter.
Can you get paralysis on a seesaw?
If
take
you
a
go
lot.
down too hard,
Yeah,
I mean,
don't-
that's a pretty
I don't think
significant
so.
drop.
I don't think so. But,
I was worried about
the
paralysis.
giant slide.
Yeah,
was
that was
incredible. 'Cause
yeah.
it'd be hot metal with gravel at the bottom. That was great.
Very safe.
And remember, there was always a big deal like, hey, make sure they're down, make sure they're off before the next guy goes. That didn't happen. That didn't happen.
Go.
As soon as the next guy was going. And then also there'd usually be a bar there. You could kind of swing off of it to get the bonus, swing going right there. And then the all metal merry-go-round. All metal.
You saved the best for last.
And you would lean back on it to get more.
Yep.
To get.
More
I think
speed.
that would be physics. Like that would be physics. That's what that would be. So
Pender,
all
where did you go in Pender? Was
all
it the
metal.
school playground?
All this on the school playground.
School playground.
I remember our elementary school. We were in Thurston. The swing set was probably like 20-some feet high. It'd be insane. It'd be and you'd always be like going, I wonder if we can ever go all the way around. It's like, well, no, you can't. That'd be impossible. But you think about it.
But as a kid, you don't know.
Yeah, as a kid, you don't know. They go, is there a chance we could go all the way around this thing? That was big. Then remember, here's the adjustment. Back in the deal like that, if you wanted to have the swing up higher, you just threw it over the top.
Yeah.
One time. That's how you
bring the chains down.
bring the chain. That's how you adjust. There was no like special adjustment stuff.
Now, hold on. What are we doing there?
If you wanted to have the seat up higher, you just throw it over.
Yeah.
So now you had less to it.
Because again, there's like 80 feet of chain.
Yeah, 80 feet of chain. And then sometimes also you go out there and like one side chain just broke. You just look at it like, what the heck?
Did you ever do the thing where you're standing on the swing?
Oh, yeah.
And you're swinging yourself that way?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Going back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah, it's multiple.
Or just going
Because
forward.
that's one where you would throw it over, so it'd be a little higher.
Going back and forth. Yeah. That's what you want.
Missy Tooth Greg pointed out that the playground next to us took the swings off.
Yeah.
He was
Think
bummed
about
out.
that.
Oh yeah, they did.
They're off. Swings are off.
So get yourself on some dangerous playground equipment. Get your kids
And
on
make
it.
some ice cream.
Make some ice cream and
Yeah.
get yourself on some dangerous.
My dad
equipment.
did that ice cream thing, and you're right. It was like it was a strange day. The day stopped. Like
everything.
All was
And then
all about the ice cream.
Also, you knew about it like days and like,
Yeah.
hey, we're making ice cream
Yeah.
tonight.
Okay.
It wasn't like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be here. It's like, oh no, it was you were going to be there.
And it
You were
was
gonna-
strangely good ice
Yes,
cream.
it was really. And then it wasn't the good part. You didn't. Hey, we doing it again tomorrow night? No, we're not.
No,
we're
it's
not doing it
usually
tomorrow night.
2 times a summer.
Yeah, something like
one
that.
time early in the summer, then
Don't
one
miss
time
it.
in like
Don't
September.
miss it.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Some response from the text line before
Okay.
we get to the game show.
Oh, we got a game
someone,
show.
Someone says the swings at Fairmont Public Schools were a lawsuit waiting to happen without how
That's
high
what they're
they
supposed
went.
to be. Thank you.
A lawsuit waiting
Get
to happen.
parallel.
Get parallel. That was the number one thing.
Someone says, ask Sip if he remembers the giant horse swing at Pawnee Park.
Joe, wait a second.
I don't-
A giant horse swing at Pawnee Park in Columbus.
Pawnee Park.
I mean, there's
spent a lot
definitely
of
some
time.
big swings at Pawnee Park for sure,
A
but
lot
I
was-
don't know what it means by horse swing. I guess that's where I'm getting.
It just says horse, giant horse swing.
Pawnee Park is a great place, and I assume it remains a great place.
So, did they have the yellow tornado slide at North Park when you were going through there?
I can't.
It was like everything else was metal, and this stood out because it was big and plastic, and it's
that
like
was
one of
after
those
me.
slides like this that kids routinely broke their arm because they would hold their. They'd try to have their elbow up or whatever on the side of it as they went down.
Yeah, that's
and
not
then it would
wise.
get tucked in, and their weight would smash on it.
Ouch.
I think
Yeah.
that was. I don't think that was.
There's like 5 kids every year that broke their
that was
arm on that
post
slide.
Sipple.
Post-Sipple.
Okay.
Plus plastic. There's the problem.
Texture says this, Bill. Zip, I broke my arm in 2nd grade teaching a neighbor girl how to jump out of a swing. Needless to say, she never tried it.
Never tried it.
He broke his arm.
Bro, I wonder what happened on the landing.
I wonder if he went for the height or did he do the running. And
I'm going to guess the height.
Wonder what happened on the landing.
He
It'd
biffed
be
it,
hard to break
apparently.
your arm.
you have to make a big move when you say you're going to let go and you let. That was that was
didn't
bad.
know
Yeah,
that
you know,
one.
no standing, no standing.
Greg in Michigan says the metal slide for 3rd-degree burns.
Yes, absolutely.
The slide bored me, frankly.
Yeah, the slide was like one of those like 1 or 2 time shots. Hey, let's go down the slide.
Bored.
Now we would do this a lot though. Lit firecrackers down it.
Yeah.
I'd light firecrackers and
that.
send them down the slide.
I'm trying to think if there's
that
any
was fun.
value for me of this. Not much value. Not much value.
The merry-go-round was a good one. You get the.
It's all metal. Just it was just
You
a
don't have that
killing-
many
just
people
a-
on it. You have
just a
one
killing
kid.
machine.
Someone-
Yeah.
One kid's just trying to run that thing around.
Yeah, exactly.
You get off.
Get it
like,
as fast
Yeah,
as
you already
could.
get off. I
Yeah.
tell you that was
Yeah.
the good.
Who puked? Oh,
Yeah.
Someone says Sip was the kid that would get stuck on the high end of the seesaw and have the other kid bail off and make him fall.
Yes, that's what I was talking. That was the only fun
Paralysis.
part. Would be like you doing the teeter totter, and I'm going to bail.
Didn't understand
when
the
you went down,
teeter-totter.
you rolled off.
Didn't even really
Yeah,
understand.
I remember at Pender High School, which was incredible, which I brought up at the alumni. We're going to bring it back, but they had the The tornado slide was the fire escape. All metal.
No
It was,
way.
and then so there was
You
doors.
guys did that?
Oh yeah, then there was little doors
Is
in
it attached to the building?
in the classroom. Oh yeah, absolutely. And so like
I need to see a picture of this.
So up on the I'll get one. I'll get Penner gets it. On the third floor, it was Claude Dawes' room, and I was there. So like in certain times of the year, they would open up the door so a breeze would come through. If it was early, like in August or September, like that.
Yeah.
When you badly need that air.
Couldn't wait like that. All of a sudden, teacher walks out, boom, hit it. Down. There's a door right there. You got right back out. And it's to try to just see if you can get down it. Yeah. And then
Did you have drills then?
Yeah,
Fire drills?
Then we never could use it during a fire drill. The best part too, that it went down to the second floor. There's another door there, so you get in the third floor, and you would put your feet out, and you'd slowly walk down to the second one. They'd be in class, and you'd yell through it, and then you'd try to go down quick because right away they'd call down on the intercom. There's someone in the so the principal come running out to see who shot out the bottom end of it.
This sounds amazing.
It's usually me and
mayhem.
Duke. Yeah, it was mayhem.
Who could be
I
too
talked about
surprised
it in
by
my
that?
speech at the deal. I said, one thing we're going to do is we're going to reattach we're bringing it back.
Duke did that?
What's that? Oh, yeah, Duke did that. We were parked right by it when Duke washed the buses.
Duke.
That is a epic version of Bill's Thrills, sponsored by our friends at Mid Plains Advisors. Dirk, Scott, and Tire Context for all your financial needs. Mid Plains Advisors. Let's play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. You guys are 2-1 in the week. We're not keeping track, though, for the overall record, but it is a good week, so 2-1. Today is all-time passing leaders by NCAA team.
Wow. Okay.
So I will say it again.
At all-time passing leaders by NCAA team.
Okay. You say the team?
I will give you the team and the yardage. You
Okay.
tell me what quarterback could possibly be the leader in that team's history.
Tommy Chang.
Timmy Chang.
And I think he got passed.
No, he did not get passed.
Was it Brennan that got passed?
Yes.
Brennan got passed by Chang. Is that how that went?
No, Chang was before Brennan, but Chang was still first with Hawaii.
I assume they
as of my
all
research
time
yesterday.
versus individual season.
No, all time.
All time.
All time.
All time leading passers.
Right.
Not individual season.
No, all time.
Okay.
All time. All right, 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 456 Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Dig Down Sip and Trivia. How do we want to do the lifeline today? We got
Shape's always been the lifeline on Shape days.
Okay.
Okay.
do that.
Schaefer, you feel good about that?
Could
Be a
sure.
lifeline?
I
Okay.
feel bad though, Bill. You don't have to sit out on my behalf.
No, you've had the lifeline before.
Yeah. It's very deferential of you, Bill.
Okay. If you can hear me, you're playing the game show.
Plus,
Who do
I
we
think
have?
I know all these, so it'd be pretty easy.
Who do we have here today? Can you hear me on the phones?
Hello.
Okay.
Try again.
Let's try this one. If you can hear me, you're playing the game show. Who do we have here today?
This is Trevor.
Trevor?
Yes, sir.
Trevor.
T-Dog.
Trevor. Got Trevor. All right.
Trevor, thank you for calling.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, Trevor, let's go right to it. Here's your first question.
Okay.
Who leads this Tech with 15,793? Also good for fourth all time across NCAA football.
Trevor, I know this, so there's some heat on you.
Was that a guy by the name of Sonny Cumby?
Yep.
No, in fact, it was not Sonny.
Okay, well, I
Cumby.
thought it
is
was.
not. So you should probably pass unless you want.
Well, I mean, there's
competition.
another one that seems.
Texas Tech.
Yeah. I mean,
Fourth
you could-
all time in general.
I offer you nothing here. I'm between two names, and I don't know which of the
so
two.
you're between probably two that I'm thinking
Yeah.
of too.
Same with me. If I
Jake,
was
you're,
alive.
you're very doubtful that I can get this, aren't you?
I'm just.
Well, how about I throw out Graham Harrell and go with it?
That was work.
So that was the one that I felt more strongly about.
Graham
But, yeah.
Harrell is correct. I wasn't doubting you.
I like it. I like
Nope.
Sybil just throwing it out there.
Sometimes we go for it. We don't get the steal.
I
We
think you should
negative
go for it
or-
every time because what if you lose? What's really going to happen?
I had a
Don't say
listener. A listener told me his favorite thing about the entire show you guys do is when Sipple is very confident in an answer, and Jake has the buzzer like right at the end of the word.
Yes.
He said there's no high that he
It's
gets
the-
better than that.
It's the same one when he says, "Give me a diamond."
No.
Yeah.
All right.
1-0.
1-0 and Schaefer's in play. Here's your first question. Who leads Georgia in all-time passing yards with 13,166 yards, good for 18th all-time across?
No, I got that one. That's a.
Is that a layup?
I'm gonna write it down so you can't see.
This is for you.
So I'm trying to think of the 4 years starting quarterback that they had.
I got it.
I don't think I don't have a name that I'm comfortable giving you here.
So Bill thinks it's an easy one. Georgia.
It's a layup.
5 seconds.
Jim Zorn.
Okay. Do you want to steal this one, Trevor, or not?
You got it.
Yeah, I think I'll take it. Aaron Murray.
Aaron Murray is correct. You had that.
That's what I wrote
Let
down,
me see
Murray.
it.
Yeah. I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, I had it.
All right.
Murray
And that's
was a pinpoint.
That
pass.
was the early 2010s. I think.
Yeah, we saw him. We
Nebraska
saw him
played
play.
against him. Nebraska
Yeah,
played
and he
against
was
Aaron Murray.
dropping dimes in that
He
game.
was. Yeah.
He was.
All right,
Good job,
back,
Bill.
back to you, Trevor.
It's okay. We're still up one.
Trevor for the lead. Your last question. Who leads Missouri in all-time passing yards with 12,515 yards, good for 29th all-time in college
You got
football?
this one, don't you?
My favorite NFL backup, Chase Daniel.
Chase Daniel is correct. A 2-1 lead
Hey.
for Trevor. Schaefer's in play here.
2-1 lead. I got to get to overtime.
That's right.
Jake, we got to get to overtime.
Last question. Who leads Oklahoma in all-time passing yards with 16,646 yards, good for third all-time in the NCAA?
I have a guess, but
It's Bradford.
it's definitely not. Is it?
You got a guess there?
Is
anybody?
it?
Is it White?
Sorry.
Who wants to guess?
Is it Landry Jones?
It is Landry Jones. Landry Jones is correct. Trevor.
He started for more years.
Yeah, the other guys you couldn't. They're all transferred.
Yeah,
in.
so you
Yeah.
you gotta figure out the guys that are there for like 4 years because I think Bradford was there for two.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't have got Jones though. I wouldn't have got it.
But you would have had.
I should have just
Aaron Murray.
interjected
Murray I
before
had.
you said anything.
Yeah, my bad, Schaefer.
No, you're
Larry
good.
Jones.
Trevor, nice work. Get your bagels. Thanks for calling in and calling down the road.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Walking
Great.
my dogs, and I only got one thing to say. Shut up, Zippo.
There it was. Shut up,
Wow.
Sipple. Boom.
That'll upset Sharon.
Not yet.
That'll upset Sharon.
Who wants a tiebreaker here? Who wants a tiebreaker?
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's Bill's.
Get Bill involved.
All right, Bill.
We got to get him the ball.
If you get this number, I'll be very impressed.
Okay.
How many Division I quarterbacks have passed for 10,000 plus yards in their careers?
How many Division ones like that?
Oh, that's a real hard one.
It is. This is. I don't know. What I would go
28.
Higher.
with. What would you guess for a number?
Well, Shafe said higher, so I'm going higher.
This is 139.
Really?
Seriously.
10,000 or 130. Yeah.
You think about how many guys like just are in the MAC and you never hear of them. They throw for
The D1. Not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
That
like
got me.
35.
3,400 yards one year.
Keep in mind, Bill.
Let's just say the truth. That was close.
Let's just also say true. Bill's been working 15-hour days for 30 years, so I wouldn't expect him to know.
34.
34.
Yeah,
And guess what? There's no way I work the most. There's
Really?
people who work more hours. Oh God, yeah. There's people like that. That was their badge of courage. Like I was here. I slept for 10 minutes. Yeah.
Spillover's next. An early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're an electrician, we've got a career for you. It's a career with employer-paid health care and retirement benefits. Join the IBEW Local 265 pick for one of our NECA contractors. Come to our job fair on August the 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Inn, 2500 Tamarind Ridge Road in Southwest Lincoln. For more information, call Mike Murray at 402-875-1034. That's 402-875-1034.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with Society of Banking Solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here. Find out more at midwestbank.FDIC.
Is Lincoln's home for talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth 93.7 Hit.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
It's a new era for Nebraska football with a new head coach. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days. Live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis on July 26th and 27th. Jay Foreman, Amon Green versus Sean Jackson, Terrell Farley, Derek Pearson, Steve Sipple, and Jake Sorensen will be in Indy for our shows on Wednesday and Thursday. Coverage of Big Ten Media Days is brought to you by Ben Bleicher of Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate, Gary Michaels Clothiers, Warhorse Gaming, A1 Automotive, and the 18-9 Initiative.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics, 9 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticket.com.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced techniques and ways to deal with allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to NovotnyNutritionandWellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Ready to spend more time on the links? Better sell that business first. Transworld Business Advisors of Lincoln has over 450,000 active buyers in our database. We can confidentially find that perfect person. 402-413-1095.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com or visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray Difference. Register to win one of 4 $500 gift certificates from Graham Tire Company of Lincoln during their anniversary sale going on now. Instant rebates on Goodyear, Kumho, Hankook, and Nokian tires. Additional mail-in rebates on select Goodyear tires. Double your mail-in rebate when you use your Goodyear card. That's up to $260 savings on 4 select tires. Hurry in for the savings and your chance to win a $500 gift certificate given away to 4 lucky local winners. Graham Tire and Auto Service, getting you to the places that matter most.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by I will get my life back with the amount of pain as possible. At Advanced Medical Imaging will answer any questions I had. Explain it all and want to get your life back. Go to amimaging.com or give them a call. 484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and the Ticket FM.
Bill had to step out, but Chris Rapp is here, as well as Mike Schaefer for the spillover, sponsored by South Point Medical and Aesthetics. Rapp, what's going on, man?
Not too much. Another Thursday.
Are you captivated in the British Open at all? Watching some golf?
Yeah, a little bit. It's not too early this year. I guess they're still playing, so be able to watch a little bit maybe tomorrow.
I have failed because over the years, if you know, Sip, in this studio, I have the TV.
It's not on.
I know. I usually have golf on, but I didn't turn
There's
it on
nothing.
today. Yeah, there's nothing there. Right behind you, that TV is typically on.
Did you make
the
conscious
golf
decision?
tournament. I might do it tomorrow.
Okay,
but I didn't do it today.
I have a random topic I would like to throw to the.
Thank
to
you.
the group
That's
here.
great for the spillover. What do you got?
We
there,
love
Schaefer?
random.
So I wrote about this yesterday. Right now, you have to make a prediction. Who leads Nebraska in touchdowns? And it can't be passing touchdowns. Don't count. So it has to be either ran in or caught.
I'm going. Go ahead, Jake.
I'll go with.
I think this is a very tough question.
I'm gonna go with Anthony Grant. I know Gary. I know people think Urban might start. I'm gonna
Jake
go
on
with
the same
Anthony
page.
Grant.
So
Hey,
Anthony Grant, I think, had 5 touchdowns last year when he was nominally Nebraska's starting running back and got the bulk of the work.
I was asked this on another radio station.
Oh, well, now
And
I
they
feel
used
bad.
it- No. Yesterday, and they said it was your question.
Oh.
Don't feel bad.
I don't own the rights to the question.
You own the rights to the question.
I don't.
And Jake, I said the
I'm
same.
not paying those fees.
Even though Urban's Gabe's had a lot of the
That,
the
I didn't
buzz.
even include him.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I left Grant off. I did a list of 5.
I believe
think
that
he'll be the
Grant's
starter.
their best running back.
I do too.
I don't think they have a best running back, but I'm not disagreeing with that because I don't really buy Irvin. So my stance on it is I don't know if they have a best running back, but it isn't the guy that we've been told all spring that it is. That's how I feel.
The question is, to me, is largely about it's going to be a low number because it's going to be spread out.
Yeah.
Raff. Chris Raff.
He's thinking.
I'm going to go with Billy Kemp.
Okay, that's.
I
good
think that's a
number.
fair one.
That's a really
Solid.
good one. That's a good one. He could have 6.
Yeah.
And-
So what do you think the number is too? So Trey Palmer led him last
6,
year at
7.
9.
Yeah.
And then the next highest was Casey Thompson at 6, and then Anthony Grant at 5.
Nobody took Sims, and I mean, they might run.
Well, and so so my list went down. It was Irvin, it was Kemp, and then I said basically cheated, and I said one of the 3 tight ends, like they just have a red zone guy emerge out of that, and it's unlikely. Sims, and then I think the dark horse in all of this, I could see Marcus Washington being someone that they target in the red zone quite a bit.
I was going to
too.
bring his name up.
So, and the thing is, I agree, the number is probably going to be about 7.
Yeah.
But 7 touchdowns, I think, is going to lead Nebraska individually.
Yeah, there'll be guys. There'll be
There'll be a handful of guys that have like 2 or 3 or 4.
3 to 7.
But 7 will be the high point, is the number.
I'm sticking with Anthony Grant.
All right.
Even
I
though
like
the
Grant.
buzz is not there for him, the buzz is very low for him at this moment.
In
All through the
August,
spring, no buzz.
August will be to see if Gabe Irvin really is the best running back, because they'll play the best running back.
You said you're not buying that.
I don't.
I don't buy it either.
Part
I
of it
like
for
Gabe.
me,
I still I'm not
like
buying it.
He's good.
It's 2 different springs in which Gabe Irvin has been the like sort of running back du jour, and I can't get out of my mind how indecisive and unexplosive he looked in 2021. And I know that's unfair. It's 2 years later, and he's reshaped his body, and he's a great kid. I don't mean to disparage him.
He is.
But I just, until I see it against an actual team, I cannot accept that I would think Ramir would be the guy that would end up leading the team in carries this year, but
no.
Yeah, I just don't.
Anthony Grant.
I just don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. It's a weird running back.
Irvin,
And they really like it. That's the thing. They talk about it all the time. They can't not talk about it.
I can see why they like Irvin, because he's a great attitude guy. He is a big, strong, tough kid. Loves football.
Right.
He'll be good. But I just think Grant till someone shows otherwise is their guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can talk about it, and maybe for all I know, maybe Irvin did look the best in spring.
Yeah, I mean, we don't.
This is when it gets real, is August.
Yeah, the only real view we had was the spring game, and none of them looked to be substantially better than anyone else.
What do you got, Ralph?
Oh no, I was just laughing. It's like we really do not know. Like
we don't know anything.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the first year of a
Not
head
really.
coach. He has a different philosophy.
Like
Hold
I'm
on.
curious. Like I'm curious too. Like how much are they going to be under center? How much are they going to
Yeah.
be? On the spread.
They'll be under center. Now, hold on. Let's not act like we don't know anything. We watched the running backs last year. Grant was their best guy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going off of. He was their best running back.
Sure.
But he was hard to judge at the end of the year because you weren't sure if he had tired out or if the line was.
His legs got tired.
Yeah, so
they should get tired. He had to make 14 minutes.
Oh yeah,
to
no,
get to the line
I
of
totally
scrimmage,
understand that,
so-
but you see that and you're just like, okay, well, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. That's for sure.
I want to see where he improves though, because that was a guy last year that danced behind the line of scrimmage even when things were clear. So you wanted to be a little bit more decisive.
A little bit. He didn't always dance.
No, and sometimes you had to. Like I think he got dinged for that more than is probably necessary. But there were times where you just want him to stop going parallel and start getting north-south.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me, the truest sign of a good running back is someone that can turn those shoulders and get north-south. You know,
and take 4 if it's
you don't
there.
even realize that it happened. It's already just done.
In the Big Ten, if you see crease, you go.
Yeah.
And not all running backs do that because sometimes it's just 4. Sometimes it's just 3. Just get that. Right, Jay?
Yes, that's correct.
Just get it.
But
Get it.
I mean, you said Marcus Washington. Do you think Billy Kemp is for sure the guy? Because that was your guy, Raph.
I like
Kemp. If you had to throw out there who has the most receiving touchdowns, would you go Kemp or Washington?
I would.
Tough one.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kemp's going to have the most receptions and yards. I just feel like he's going to do his work between the 20s, so to speak.
Absolutely.
And then when you get inside that red zone, I think it's going to be a lot of tight end. A lot of tight end and Marcus Washington.
I hope so.
And then maybe
beg
Garcia
for the
Castaneda and
tight
Betts
end.
too. But
I begged for tight end
begged for tight end.
10 years.
Yeah. And you were
10
exactly
years.
right.
They're always open.
They
You're
are.
exactly
They don't
right.
get thrown to.
I mean, they had that 6'7" guy.
Austin Allen.
Yeah.
And he was a first team All Big Ten and still had only had 3 or 4
Three.
touchdowns?
I wouldn't-
Touchdowns.
for as long as I live, never forget asking him in 2021. He makes that just incredible touchdown catch against Minnesota.
Yes, in the end zone.
And
right?
like I asked him after the game about the catch, and he basically just completely deadpans like, "Well, that's been there all year. They just threw it for the first time."
Jeez.
And it was at that point. I was like, I don't
6'7",
think Austin
throw it
Allen's
to him.
coming back. I don't think he's coming back.
And he did, and good for him. He went to the Giants.
I hate that's Adrian. I mean, Adrian was the guy.
That's
right?
been a multiple quarterback problem. It's not just Adrian. Every
Tommy
Tommy
in that
went to those
specific
tight ends that
instance it was because that's who his quarterback was. But yeah, I mean, we were talking yesterday at golf. Like I made a joke about bounce passes and Tommy Armstrong to Ethan Carter because you never actually saw that ball in the air. There was always that skipping off the turf to him.
He overthrew him a lot too.
Yeah, like 20 yards over his
There
head.
was
Wide
the
open.
time where Adrian overthrew Austin Allen. I was like, that is
That's hard
like
to
a
do.
magic trick.
That's hard to do.
How did you overthrow him by 6 feet?
And he didn't get hit. He just
Yeah.
overthrew him.
Yeah.
All right.
I
that
love
is-
Adrian, though. You know
Yeah,
that.
we do love Adrian.
I used to
We wish
defend
him luck. in the
Yeah, I
NFL.
love him. I love the guy.
That is it for us. The drive with Raph and AD is next for Steve Sipple, Bill Busch, and Mike Schaefer. I am Jake Sorensen. See you.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company, an employee assistance program,